It's the Mixed Martial Arts Hour with
The Mixed Martial Arts Hour is back in your life on this Monday, June 17th, 2024. Hello again, everyone. I sure hope you're doing well. It is great to be here on a lovely, lovely, lovely Monday. A scorcher, and just the way I like it. In fact, it is so nice outside. It's about 33 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. You know what that is in Fahrenheit, Frank.
Who, me?
Nah.
I don't, actually.
Why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, exactly. I'd appreciate it if you would do the conversion.
I think it's like 88 or something like that. Anyway, new year, new me. Now that it's getting hotter outside, doing something that I haven't done on the program in about, 14 or so years. Short sleeve Helwani. What do you think? Just a little taste right over here, Frank, for you. Vacation Helwani coming in off the top. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, well, 24
We're not allowed to bring
inch.
pythons into the office.
20 inch. Not quite 24. But, we're working out here, Frank. And in fact, I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to the Olympics next month to cover the games for the CBC and Radio Canada. I'll be hosting a show called Paris Tonight. And the show is sponsored by my good friends over at Lululemon, and they've outfitted me, Frank. They've given me outfits to wear at the games. So it's going to be a whole new look.
Here?
And so I'm wearing one of them today. How about that?
The shirt?
A little preview. Lululemon, a great Canadian brand, teaming up with a Canadian icon.
That's pretty cool. I thought that was just a polo, but that's a Lululemon polo.
Wow. Seriously, Frank?
I mean,
act like you've been here before, all right? I feel great. I feel comfortable. I feel fresh. And we're going short sleeve, a little bit different. Sans plaid. What do you think? Tell me more.
yeah, I think it fits you well, actually. Is it green or is it blue?
I have no
I'm seeing
idea.
both colors.
I can. Well, we'll never know. We'll never know. It's great to be here. We have so much to discuss. Oh my gosh, how much has happened since we said goodbye on Wednesday? Golly, good thing we have an hour off the top to talk about it all. And trust me, we shall talk about it all. Back into the show, though. We'll check in with the Parlay Pals, see how they did on Saturday. I hear great things. See how GC did as well. And he's really putting the G in GC. More on that in a moment. Prior to that, though, we'll be joined by Dakota Ditcheva, who had a fantastic win at Mohegan Sun. And shout out to the New York Knickerbockers who are in attendance. Did you see that spot with Deuce McBride and Precious Ochoa? Love those guys. I would say their knowledge of combat sports next to none on the rookie to expert meter, but it was great to see them on the broadcast with Sean O'Connell. Dakota with a great finish. She's now going to the playoffs, number 1 seed. We'll talk to her about that. Prior to that, we'll be joined by Boashinha himself, Paulo Costa, who's tweeting through it these days. We'll get his thoughts on the fight against one Sean Strickland earlier in the month, where he goes from here, all that stuff and more. Prior to that, we'll be joined by, I do believe, New York Rick's favorite combat sportsman, Mr. Darth Rigatone himself, Mikey Musumeci. True or false, New York Rick? He's up there for you. Top 5?
Top 2, and he's not 2.
Wow. Is that legit?
No, yeah, it's legit. Yes, but I'm a fan.
And welcome back. Rick
thank
back
you.
in the, and there he is, looking fresh as a daisy, a week off.
I'm back.
Where'd you go? Hawaii?
Yeah, I was just
Tahiti?
chilling.
Somewhere exotic?
I was in the depths of hell, struggling.
Oh,
and
Phoenix.
That was very well timed, Frankie. I missed you. Legitimately, the first night of this, every time I closed my eyes, the only thing I could dream about was sand and digging my way through sand, and never reaching an end. And then I would open my eyes and I'd be awake for 20 minutes, and then I'd close my eyes again and digging through sand again, searching for relief and comfort. I have seen hell, and now I'm back and happy to be here. And it makes me more happy to see you guys and more grateful for the experience. So
Strep, right?
Strep. Yeah,
Strep is the worst. Is strep 10 times worse than COVID?
In my experience, it was.
Me too.
I know, things will vary for different
Yeah,
people
yeah.
out there, but like my experience with strep was not even
Awful.
remotely close to what I went through with COVID. Now I was vaccinated, so certainly that changes the equation here.
Jesus Christ. Why'd you have to go there? Now we're getting all these people.
I'm just saying.
You're bringing in politics. You still wear your mask.
I'm trying not to.
Please, no one clip that off and send it to Jake Shields. He'll send. He'll tweet 10 times about this interaction right here. I didn't say anything. I said
it was me. It was me. Not Arroyo.
Freaking strep. Worst. I had it. I think in like 17. Oh, it was awful. Anyway, great to have you back. Glad you're feeling better. Anyway, prior to the Mikey Musumeci interview, we shall be joined by my good friend and yours, Rampage Jackson, who's back in the pro wrestling game this weekend in Japan. So stay tuned for that. As always, we are presented by our good friends over at DraftKings, official sports betting partner of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And so more on them later in the program as well. Where to begin? Golly, we could begin in so many different places. It was a very busy weekend as far as action was concerned. There were some major events all on Saturday. Saturday was a very, very busy day. If you're a fan of multiple forms of combat sports, like I am, if you're in that middle of the Venn diagram with the three circles, it was busy from pretty much like 2 p.m. to midnight, or maybe even past midnight, 12:30. It was very busy. We started things off with the boxer card at Selhurst Park. Shout out to Ben Whitaker with the great entrance, one of my favorites of the year. I know the performance didn't wow many people, and there's some talk about his power or lack thereof, but he remains undefeated. And it was a great scene over there. You know, a soccer stadium show isn't easy to pull off, and maybe in retrospect they should have put it in a actual arena because it was not full. But kudos on the effort, and the entrance was fantastic. He came out to Over by Drake, but he had like a whole freaking orchestra playing it on the violin. It was incredible. It was amazing. By far my favorite walkout of the year so far in any combat. Well, in MMA and boxing. Wrestling is a whole other category. Chris Bilm-Smith, Richard Riakporhe, we had them on the show on Wednesday. CBS retains his WBO cruiserweight title. So you had that. At the same time, you had Clash at the Castle in Scotland featuring the return of CM Punk. He screws Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest retains. Insanely hot crowd. They are on fire with these European shows and these international PLEs. So that was happening at the same time. I was at my son's soccer tournament trying to keep up with it all. Then we moved on to UFC was happening at the same time as a DAZN boxing card. UFC at the Apex, headlined by Tatsuro Taira against Alex Perez. It ends with a Taira win in the second round. He's on Perez's back. The weight of Taira on his back, trying to bring him down. I saw some people saying, you know, Perez should have brought him up into the cage and used that leverage to get him off, or at least to alleviate some of the pressure. That did not happen. Seemed to blow out his knee. Unfortunate. But I don't view that in the same light as the, say, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blade situation, because that was just a freak accident. This particular injury happened because of Taira on his back. Now, did he try to do that? I don't think so. But it happened because he was, you know, draped all over him. So a little bit different in that regard. Still not the cleanest finish, but Taira wins after losing the first round on the judges' scorecard. Subriel Matias loses in Puerto Rico to Liam Paru. Big win for Paru on the road. This was supposed to be a huge show for Matchroom, and Matias doesn't get it done. At the same time of all of this, Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva take part in what was closer to ballroom dancing than it was actual fighting. Much love to both legends, but I wish they would have told us beforehand that this was going to be like pretty much like a capoeira dance. I'm all psyched. Everyone's all locked in. We're trying to figure out how to watch this thing. And all of a sudden, it's like me and my kids play fighting. It's like them going like this, like da na 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 da da na. I'm like, what is going on here? Like the first 10 seconds, I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, this was more of a work than Floyd Mayweather versus Paul White at WrestleMania. I mean, this was shades of Mr. T against Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 2. I had no idea that. I actually thought it was going to be a real fight, an exhibition, but a real fight. This was not a real fight, but God bless. I hope they got paid a lot. And it seems like Chael really wants the Jorge Masvidal fight, and I suspect that would be real. So let's see. But it was great. And the good news is it ended in a draw, so Chael's still undefeated and undisputed. And then it ended with Tank Davis knocking Frank Martin out into another dimension with a vicious left hand in the 8th. Started off very slow and then got it done. And he predicted it. He predicted that he would win in the 8th, and he got it done. So Tank Davis is back. Let's see where he goes from here. That was all on Saturday. That was all between the hours of like 2 p.m. and 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. So it was a very, very busy Saturday. But of course, everything really happened on Thursday. And so let us talk about Thursday. Oh, by the way, before I get to Thursday during the day, we had the PFL event on Thursday night, which was the one that Dakota Ditcheva won on. And then even this morning, we got a breaking news tweet, if you will, from Israel Adesanya himself. Essentially it seemed like he was announcing the GDP fight in Perth, August 16th here in America, 17th in Australia, with a great poster and a great tweet. I do believe we have it. I liked it. Yeah. Stole the shine, never lost mine. Look at this. It's great stuff. I think more fighters should announce their fights. Now, the UFC hasn't officially announced it. This seems to be the worst kept secret in MMA, in the sport. I like this. Taking things into his own hands. I would read that, but I can't see it. It's too far. You know who put that together for us? Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, I still can't see it.
Should I read it to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
The sun of Africa is the same sun that lights up on our planet.
No,
the sun will
you added an in. It just lights up our planet.
Somebody was talking. How would you know if you can't see it?
They put
the sun will set and will rise again until you walk into it. The sun, enjoy while it shines. Darkness falls when it's gone.
You like that?
Yeah, it's very, it feels good on the tongue.
Yeah.
You should try it.
No, I like it. I like it. I like that he made the gloves gold.
Yeah, shout out.
See that?
One thing a critique, though.
Yeah.
The never is so white, and the background is just a little off-white. That at certain angles, I can't see anything other than EV. And I was like, is he saying evil? That's interesting.
Wow, that's weird.
That was my 2 cents.
Nah, I think it's cool. I dig it. By the way, I mentioned Rick's back. The gang's all here, but we are missing one member of the gang. He is now joining us from the Peach State. He is the man who put the G in GC. Is he there? He is. Wow.
Yeah. Now it's really here. Now I'm actually boots on the ground in Georgia.
Wow. What is it like?
It's great, man. It got up to 98 degrees on Saturday. It's hot. It's humid.
You wearing short sleeve shirts too?
Yeah, I mean, I always wear short sleeve shirts.
That's true.
Still got the pants on though, despite me being home. It's pants, no shoes though.
Wow,
no shoes. Just put the pigs out on air. Should not have done that. But no shoes.
I like the fact that there's no shoes on right now, but no socks as well is what's interesting.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Put the toes out on air. That's
cool.
I gotta charge for that.
People pay good money for that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta start charging for it. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice.
Like, what are the vibes? What are the vibes? A lot of peaches. What are we?
Yeah, peaches everywhere, dude. That's how it got its name. My parents have a couple peach trees in their backyard. Every street I drive on is called Peachtree Street. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's living up to its name.
And as far as the vibes of Team Canada coming to town on Thursday, what are they?
Yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait. A lot of Canadians down here. No love at all for Argentina.
Yeah.
People can feel the upset coming. Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'll be there. Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Are you going to be there?
Supporting the Maple Leafs.
If I
maybe.
I buy you a ticket, will you be there in full Canadian regalia?
I will wear a full denim tuxedo. Let's check the weather for Thursday. A high of 94 on Thursday.
No, it's indoors.
Isn't
it indoors?
Denim. Yeah, but I still got to get to the stadium.
Sure.
You know? I mean, you got to walk out in that sun. The sun stays up till like 9 o'clock here. It feels like I'm in a different country. It's great.
Love it. All right. Well, the connection is good. We're all good.
Oh yeah. I mean, the internet is just zooming here. Should have been doing this the whole time. You know.
Yeah. No, you can just stay there. No need to ever come back. Can we get a shot at Can we get a shot at Connor's chair?
Oh man.
Oh, okay. We don't even have it. You see, they unplugged your camera. They unplugged your camera.
Yeah. I actually saw him taking down the decorations earlier. It's as if I'm not even there.
I put an ottoman over there in case I want to stretch out.
I'm going to improve this setup. It's gonna feel like I'm right at home. Okay. Even though, I mean, I actually am at home right now.
Yes. All right. Well, we look forward to that. And it is good to have everyone sort of back on the program. So let us talk about Thursday. Well, actually, you know what? Let's talk about Wednesday. Let's talk about me coming on the show and giving you sort of the last string of updates, but there were more to come on Thursday regarding UFC 303. And, now that I think about it a little more, let's actually start on the Monday after 301. Let's do this the right way. Whoops, as I knock over my Canadian flag. Let's do this the right way. So UFC 302 happens, I think I said 303 there. 302 happens on June 1st in Newark. I'm going to tell you everything now. Because there were a lot of people that wanted to claim that we didn't know what we were talking about. And this isn't going to be a victory lap, if you will, but there are a few things that we need to discuss as it pertains to this massive piece of news. So it happens on Saturday, 302. Wake up Sunday. Get a text around 10 a.m. told that the press conference in Dublin, scheduled for the next day, June 3rd, 5 p.m. local time, 12 Eastern time, is very much in doubt, that they are considering canceling it. Interesting. Start poking around, and there seems to be some merit to this. Find out that Michael Chandler hasn't left. He was en route to leaving. He was en route to going to the airport, but he had not left yet, and he was standing by, him and his team. A couple hours later, find out they are not going. The whole thing's been called off. So obviously, that seems significant. They had distributed around 10,000 tickets. This was a big deal. 3 Arena, Connor's first press conference back in Dublin since 2015. Aldo fight. Start to ask around as to why this is being canceled. There could be a litany of reasons as to why this is being canceled. And I find out that he sustained an injury about 12 to 15 hours prior. Now, when I was told this from very good sources, they said, when you talk about this, the injury part is off the record. Why is it off the record? Because we're expecting to fight. The fight wasn't off. We're expecting to fight on June 29th. We don't want the news out there that he is hurt because we know that, if the opponent finds out about this, he is going to target it, as he should, fair game. We're also coming off a very serious leg injury. There's enough. So we don't want this out there. Have to respect that. I talked about this on Wednesday, and there was a reason I talked about it on Wednesday, because I knew eventually this was going to come out, and I wanted all of you to understand why that detail was not being reported. This is different than the NBA. Like when Kristaps Porzingis gets injured, the team has to put out the information. They have to put out the injury, his status, etc. It's not the same in the fight game. No one has to put out anything. It's a completely different set of rules. So I come on the show on Monday. Now the press conference has been canceled, and I talk about the fact that it wasn't a legal issue, it wasn't a contract issue, it wasn't a drugs or alcohol issue, it wasn't a personal issue. I went through the whole list. The one thing I didn't say was injury. I tried to serve it up for you guys. Alley-ooped it. Even DJ came on. He's like, "You didn't mention injury." I was like, No. If you go back to that, I was like, I didn't say all that you're saying I said. And I repeated this over and over again. Now, to be fair, a lot of people did, pick up what I was saying, but a lot of people didn't. Oh, so basically you know nothing. Oh, really? You have to listen. I try to dance around this as much as possible. Now, in a perfect world, I don't have to do that. But when you're told something off the record, you have to respect that. Because at that point, while there was anxiety, while there was trepidation, while there was some doubt about the injury and how it would affect the actual fight on June 29th, the hope was that he would remain and just kind of get through it. And so I mentioned on that show that a little bit of fear, but there's hope. During the show, he tweeted. And what did I say when he tweeted? What did I say? No mention of June 29th. That to me was the first red flag. Or maybe the second, the first being the press conference has been canceled. No mention of June 29th. He said, I can't wait to see, for you all to see me back in the octagon. If he was 1,000% in at that point, he would have said on June 29th. There was no mention of that. All right. So we stay on the story. On Tuesday, I tweet that feelers are being sent out for a replacement. Now, the issue was there weren't a ton of options. The best option off the bat back then, we're talking 2 Tuesdays ago, was Yuri Prochazka against Alex Pereira 2. That's the first time that they reached out to those guys. To his credit, Yuri was in off the jump, despite the short notice. Alex is coming off 2 injured toes, 2 broken toes, and was in Australia on a bit of like a seminar / media tour / vacation. He was in Australia. So the initial feeling was the timing just isn't great here. Now they had reached out to DDP. That could have been a thing. But Yuri and Alex was a fight that was talked about for Perth, as was DDP versus Izzy. Never really reached out to Sean Strickland to fight a DDP, or Izzy DDP didn't make a lot of sense. I know Alex Volkanovski raised his hand. I was told that. He said he would be willing to fight someone. I know they sent out a feeler to Max Holloway about a potential BMF fight. He's on vacation, not available. It's tough. So they were throwing out these feelers, just hoping to have something on standby in case everything took a left turn and he was really out. By Wednesday, and really by Tuesday night, but I said it on Wednesday's show, there was great optimism, like I said, and they were feeling like all systems were a go. They said this to Chandler. They said this to his team. Connor's team felt the same. Everyone felt like this would be manageable. He would get well. He would overcome it, and he'd be able to fight on June 29th. Now, I can understand why maybe some fans or some newer fans would be like, what's this up and down stuff going on? How could it be like maybe off and then feelers and then he's in? What's going on? Well, hopefully now you understand when there's an injury involved, there's good days and bad days. I'm a huge basketball fan, and OG Anunoby had a groin issue. And then one day it's like, oh, he's looking good, and then he's not looking good. And then he's going to give it a go, and then he's not going to give it a go. And then he actually plays, and he can't move. That's the body. That's sports. That's how this goes. And so now you understand why there was talk of, okay, we're feeling good, we're not feeling good, we're feeling good. That wasn't me speculating. That wasn't me making shit up. That was me talking to people in the know. Same people I've been talking to my entire career, the same way I have been talking to people my entire career. Develop sources, develop relationships. People pick up the phone. That's how this works. That is called journalism. I know, foreign concept in today's day and age where everyone just has a say on things and makes shit up. But I don't like to talk about things unless I talk to the people in the know. And so that's what I was doing. And on Wednesday, they were feeling good. You'll recall later on in the week, Michael Chandler did a sit-down interview with the Pivot. Now he's talking about the bullet that has been dodged. He's feeling better about things. He's talking about the fight. You'll recall on the Louisville card last weekend, they're promoting it. There's a video package. Everyone's feeling good. Even at one point, Connor posts a picture of him on a doctor's table. You can tell. I thought at that point people would kind of see what was up. I was told that Hunter Campbell flew over to Dublin to check on him. I was told Heather Linden, who is the head of the PI, who's very well respected by all the fighters and camps and managers, she flew out as well to try to help. Everyone was trying to do everything in their power to salvage this, to do everything in their power to keep Conor on the card. He wanted to stay on the card. The UFC wanted him to stay on the card. Obviously, Chandler wanted him to stay on the card. Everyone wanted this to remain the same. And everyone was happy with the way it was being dealt, with the updates being shared, with the TLC. Like no one, from what I'm hearing, it feels like they were slighted, feels like they were disrespected, feels like they weren't giving the attention that they deserve. They just did everything in their power. I know the fans wanted updates. No one was providing updates. And please, this is not me giving myself a pat on the back, but just picture a world where I'm not coming on this show or tweeting about updates. There was literally nothing, zero. And people are getting mad at me. They're being told that I'm being given bad info. They're telling you that. They're telling their audience that I'm being given bad info, that I'm being played. How could you know anything? Who do you know? And look, I get that. I get the fact that, there's a lot of new fans, some fans who weren't watching the sport when I was at ESPN or when I was hosting the show before, going to events. I get that. And I don't break news as much as I did before because I don't want to, because it's not fun. It is just an awful way to live your life. Now, when there's a big story like this, when it's a rebound just bouncing on the ground and no one's picking up the ball, all right, I'll come out of retirement, so to speak. When there's big stories, and this was the biggest story of the year so far, it's just the way I'm wired. I want to inform the public. I want to let people know what's up. What good are these relationships and contacts if you don't use them at some point? And these people know that I will never out them, that I will never disrespect them, that I will never betray their trust till the day I die. And so I was trying my best, and every time I would do it, people would be like, so basically you don't have no idea. So basically you're making shit up. So basically there's no update. And I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, what universe are we living here where these updates, which I thought were valuable, are just, being received as nothing in any event. Come Monday, still feeling good. But then Tuesday morning, I straight up hear that the fight is off. Now I start poking around and I'm told that a decision hasn't been made yet and they're still feeling things out. But at this point, it's like they're full on looking for a replacement. And like I said, there weren't a ton of options. And they went back to Pereira. And Pereira's like, I don't know. Again, Australia, the toes. So by the time I get to the show on Wednesday and I tell you that I don't think it's happening and that there's pessimism and that it's on, at one point I used life support. At one point I used limbo. Like, that was the truth. It was not looking good. No one was feeling positive about this. The same positivity that was in the air a week ago was nowhere to be found. It's exactly what I said. Again, making shit up, speculating. And come Thursday morning, Wednesday night, I checked back in on Pereira and I was told still long shot. And I'm just racking my brain like, I don't know what they're going to do. Holloway can't do it. They didn't reach out to Oliveira. DDP's not doing it. Like, I was dying to know what the rabbit in the hat was. They always kind of figure these things out. Canceling the event wasn't an option. They didn't want to cancel an International Fight Week event, and there's the Hall of Fame, and there's the X Expo. Like, they didn't want UFC X. They didn't want to do this. So they did everything in their power. I can't imagine what Hunter Campbell's life was like. And it's so interesting that UFC Fight Inc. doc series came out on Roku right before all this like really popped off, because I think that now he's starting to get the respect and attention and admiration that he deserves, because he's essentially the GM. If we're going to equate this, as I said on the show maybe a year or two ago, if we're going to equate this to a sports team, he's the guy making the deal. He's the guy, he's the head of fight operations, if you will. He's the guy who has to be on the front lines and then report back to the bosses, namely Dana, like, this is what's going on. It used to be Dana in the mix there. Joe Silva as well. There's kind of a hierarchy. Like, in terms of like the really, really big fights, it's Hunter. Dana very rarely gets involved in that stuff. And then the lower fights, it's Mick and Sean. And they'll do big fights too, but like, you saw him with John Jones, this particular fight, like, it's all him. And everyone that I talk to say they love working with him. He's not emotional. He's not disrespectful. Are there moments where it gets tense in negotiations? Sure. But everyone seems to really enjoy it. And so by Wednesday night of last week, I heard that like still nothing. And I'm like, what? How is this going to play out? By Thursday, though, I'm told Pereira's in. And Yuri was in the whole time. I'm told Pereira's in. Holy smokes. But again, as is the case these days, please don't report it. It's off the record. So I got to keep this in my back pocket because to me, ultimately, like, the relationships mean more. Having the guys on the show, doing this show, like, this is my baby. This is my bread and butter. The breaking something is cool and all, but if this is not Woj in the NBA, this is not Schefter in football. It doesn't work that way. The big bosses say, let us break it ourselves. Now, I would argue that they don't do a great job of breaking this news. It's a 2-minute video And like, I don't understand what the big deal is, but alas, I digress. You know, the funny thing is about the 199 thing, like how many times have they made video announcements like that before? Didn't know that was going to happen. And how many times have they done it since? But they say this, these guys are getting paid. There's not a moment where I even like argue or try to get it. No, I totally understand. Like to me, having the relationships, getting the guys on the show, that's more important. And you could call that whatever you want, but that's more important to me. This is how I make a living, doing this, not putting stuff out on Twitter. But I tried in the process to let you all know everything that was happening and let you all know everything that I could tell you about. And so by Thursday morning, I hear that he's in. All right, now I'm wondering like at what point they're going to break this. I also hear in the midst of all of this that Jamal Hill is out. Knee injury. Oh my gosh. So I hear that Anthony Smith, who by the way raised his hand to fight Alex on short notice, gets booked for the Ulberg fight. And then I hear that Ulberg is considering waiting for Hill. But then I hear that Hill's going to be out for quite a bit. And so Ulberg takes the fight. So that co-main event went from Khalil Roundtree against Jamal Hill to Ulberg Hill to now Ulberg Smith. And then I find out that's no longer the co-main event. And they've just booked Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez in a great fight, in a very fun fight. Out of the blue. They just added a little muscle to the card. And in the midst of all of this, stories are now coming out that Khamzat Chimaev, who we end up finding out is violently ill, is out of the Saudi Arabia debut on June 22nd, this weekend. And they booked Ikram Aliskerov, who was supposed to fight this past weekend at the Apex. He's been now pulled from the card and moved to next week against Robert Whittaker. Whittaker's saying now that he had no idea who he was. The likes of Bo Nichols saying, I was in the mountains. I got a call about it. It was too late by the time I responded. Wouldn't that have been something? Robert Whittaker against Bo Nichols, but it's Aliskerov. So could you imagine what their week was like at that point? So at this juncture, I know that the Pereira fight is on. I know that Smith and Ulberg is on. I put out Ortega Lopez and the Aliskerov fight reported by an Australian journalist named Benny P is already out there. So things are moving. In the middle of the day, my kids are off and I go to our like municipal pool, like a local pool. They're over there hanging out with their friends. So I walk over there. It's like a mile from our house. Hang out, but I'm constantly checking my phone because I want to know, when the tweet is out. In fact, I've enlisted the help of New York Rick to let me know when the tweet is out because, as you all know, I'm blocked on Twitter by Dana. So it's now around 2:30, and I'm saying, all right, let me get my assets ready here. Let me get my info ready. So I'm on my way back to my house. I film a video saying, all right, you just found out the news, blah, blah, blah. And I put it all out there in a 3-minute video, but I kept that in my back pocket. I wasn't trying to do the subtle flex thing. I didn't know if it was coming out at 4, at 5, or at around 10:50 local time, which is when, meaning 10:50 Eastern, 7:50 in Vegas, which is when the news came out. It's pitch black, and people are like, wait a second, it's light outside. That wasn't me trying to say like, hey, I knew all along, but I just wanted to have some more information that was better served in a Twitter video than in a tweet. Type that all up. And so at around 10:50, they announced that Conor McGregor is officially out, that he is injured, that the fight isn't happening on June 29th, that it's now going to be Alex Pereira against Yuri Prochazka 2, that it's going to be Brian Ortega against Diego Lopez, that it's going to be Anthony Smith against Carlos Ulberg. And there's a new 303 card. And I have to say, I think they did a phenomenal job. They made chicken salad out of chicken shit. They really did. And yes, nothing will compare to a Conor McGregor event. The theater, the drama, the hoopla, the buzz, the hype, nothing will compare to it. Nothing can compare to it. There's nothing in combat sports, not just MMA, not just the UFC that compares to it. But Alex Pereira, supremely popular. Yuri Prochazka, beloved. You add Lopez and Ortega out of the blue. The Ulberg Smith fight is a fun one. Smith on short notice. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And so I think that they did a great job under the circumstances. And what I was told was, now the official injury hasn't come out, but I was told that it is not supremely serious, and they are hoping that they can rebook this for August or September latest. The problem is there aren't a lot of pay-per-view slots. Not going to fight in Manchester in July. Not going to fight in Perth in August. They don't want it on the Sphere, which I think should be the move and kind of should have always been the move in many respects. Like 300 in the Sphere would have been amazing, but alas. They already have some title fights booked for that, and they just don't want it. And then you got Utah in early October. Then you've got Abu Dhabi, although that hasn't been officially announced yet. And then it's MSG and John Jones. So there has been some talk of creating a new pay-per-view date. But as of right now, let me just check here. Nothing. They're kind of going back and forth, bandying about, and there is no date. So we don't know. That's still very much up in the air. And so I think that all things considered, they did a great job. I think in a perfect world, they would have announced all the 303 news with a new date for Conor. But that's a harder thing to lock down. There's a lot more at play. Chandler's going to wait, at least for now. And I asked Chandler his thoughts, by the way. I asked him to come on the show today. And this is what he said on the record. He said, not right now. But he said, I'm living the dream. I eat adversity for breakfast and patience for dessert. What a line. Put that on a shirt. So Chandler is holding serve. And now here we are in a new 303 landscape. A lot of excitement. Pereira's putting out stuff. Yuri's in the freaking lake, getting ready to go. He's at the airport today drinking a beer. Looks to be in phenomenal shape. Great video emerges of Alex officially agreeing to the fight via his YouTube channel. We have the video right here. This is a beautiful moment between him and his team. Take a look at this.
Só quem tá me ligando. Ô, peraí, rapidinho, vou atender. Você é foda, hein? Hã? Chama ou não chama? Não, beleza, fechou. Let's go. Porra, como que não vai ficar feliz, velho, com a notícia dessa? Você dá risada, né, bicho? Você dá risada, né? Pô, isso aí, vamos lá, velho. Porra, joinha, valeu, obrigado, velho. Tamo junto. Beleza. Vai me falando. Não, a gente tá tá trampando pra caramba aqui. Mas tô treinando também, pô. Você vê aí como, tá acompanhando não, pô? Beleza. Chama, valeu.
Que deu?
Las Vegas.
O que aconteceu? Que foi?
Vou entrar no lugar do McGregor.
Rapaz. Mano, tá zoando.
Sério, pô?
Tá de brinca.
É sério.
Vai meter a porrada. Vai meter a porrada. Aqui.
Let's fucking
go. Aqui. Let's fucking go. Tem situação que tem que olhar a planta do banco, nessa a gente vai montar no carro e vamos roubar essa porra. Vambora. Sobe no...
I freaking love the relationship between Plinio and Alex. I love how excited they were. I love the Shama. I just, how can you not love this guy? And how can you not love Yuri? Both of them together are magic. First fight was great. Arguably a bit of a quick stoppage. I don't know. Who knows? It's going to be great. This dude accepted a fight in Australia. They flew back on Saturday. And they're going to go to Vegas in a few days. Yuri's getting ready for a title fight. Another crack at the belt in August. Takes this fight. It's a beautiful thing. This is why these guys are beloved. And so now we have a new main event, and everyone's very excited about it. And so let me be very clear here. When all of this came out, I'm not happy about this. I think the UFC did a great job, but we all wanted to see the Conor fight. We've been waiting 3 years for him to come back. I think everyone feels for Michael Chandler. I think everyone, feels that, he has earned this and that he deserves this, and he has been very patient. And I feel like, it was going to be a great scene, a great fight, and it's the biggest gate in UFC history and all that stuff and more. By the way, I say the UFC hit a home run. Can I be critical for just a quick second here? It's been a lot of positivity, and we do that because it's fair and because it's the right thing to say, because it's, to me, the stance that applies most to how they handled this. But I do wish there was some info given to the people. I'm getting asked, like, how do you refund? What's the status? What's the procedure. Like, I don't know. Fuck it. Well, this is not my domain. I do wish that there was some sort of language put out there for people who do want to consider it, because there's a lot of people flying in. People are writing to me from Turkey. They're saying, oh, we're meeting up with friends. It's not like, this is not what do you want? What do you want from me? I don't know how to do this stuff. Reach out to Ticketmaster. Like, I feel for the fans. I really, really do. It's really expensive. People have been looking forward to this since he announced it December 31st, and shit happens. Injuries happen. Bad luck happens. It's all very crummy. But I do think they made, chicken salad out of chicken shit. So when this comes out, I would be lying if I didn't say I did feel somewhat vindicated, because I was baffled by the reaction over the last 10 days to my reports. And I chalk it up mainly to newer fans, but I also chalk it up to a degree to people out there just trying to be dicks, just trying to stir the pot, just trying to discredit us, really mainly jealousy, and people falling for it like sheep. Hopefully now they realize who's who. Hopefully now they realize who knows what, and that's all a thing of the past. I'm not naive enough to think that, like, being in this spot, shit isn't going to be thrown your way. But I did feel some level of vindication, because by the time the announcement came, I said, it's a formality. It's never 1,000% until they break it. But I told you they had a new main event, they had a new co-main event, blah, 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 blah. And so I expect people to doubt, people to criticize, people to throw stones, people to make up shit. I expect that from trolls. I expect that from Twitter people. I expect that from people who, make YouTube videos in their basement, who haven't taken a shower in a week, who know no one in the sport, who just make up shit for clicks and all that stuff. I expect that. That's the type of stuff that gets by. I expect that. You can get some views off of that stance. I don't expect that, and I don't appreciate it from people who are actually in the know, from people who I have known for quite some time, from people like Michael Bisping. I don't expect that from people like Michael Bisping, because he should know better. And I have had to sit here for a year and listen and get sent clips and get sent tweets, get sent questions about Michael Bisping taking shots at me, sometimes subtle, sometimes not so subtle, but like really mean-spirited shit. Digs, slights, things like that. And every time I'm reading on the nose, almost every single week, I'm getting questions. Why is Bisping taking shots at you? I thought you guys were friends. Why is he taking digs? And I usually always skip through them. I don't know if I've ever, maybe at one time, I think I said one thing to Smith kind of in passing, but I've skipped through them because I have a ton of respect for Michael Bisping, the fighter. I considered him a friend for many, many years. A lot of those guys who worked on Fox, I enjoyed working with, and I felt like we had a camaraderie, and I felt like we had a kinship. And when he first started doing TV, I tried as best as I could to offer any type of advice and help him out. And I felt like we always kind of looked out for each other. We talk about each other's families and whatnot. And, you're sitting up there, you're watching fights, you're bonding. And so I didn't understand where all this was coming from. But it's like digs, it's slights, it's little pot shots. I don't want to get into it. It's not like some of my other things with other people. Like, I really consider Michael Bisping a friend, honestly. And have too much respect and admiration for his Hall of Fame career, for everything that he's built, everything that he's done in his illustrious career. And I've known him for almost 12 years now. Excuse me, more than that. What am I talking about? 12 years, 20 years. 2006, I went to the Tough 3 finale. Way more than that. Closer to like 15, 16 years. But then I saw him talk about me on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday on his show, and this really pissed me off. This really pissed me off because I felt like he was taking this way too seriously, way too personally, and he had such vitriol, such venom, such anger, talking about something that has nothing to do with him, doesn't pertain to him at all. It's not a story about him. It has absolutely nothing to do with him. And he's going on his show, A, lying about me, and B, speaking about me with such freaking anger. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Someone alerted me about this. Like, you got to check this out. And I saw it and I was like, what the fuck, man? Where's this coming from? Now you could say like, oh, should you have texted him and said, what the fuck? Yeah, maybe. Could have texted me too. The thing is, Bisping and I haven't texted since June of 2022. I checked. That's not a friend. We're not that close anymore. I don't know why. But anyway, in case you missed it, here's Michael Bisping talking about me on his podcast before all the news broke. And you tell me if he's joking or not.
Ariel Helwani's out there, right? And he's posting and he's tweeting. A lot of the time he's posting and tweeting like he's an expert on everything, but he knows nothing. He's putting feelers out there. If I hear of a situation, I'm not doing investigative journalism, trying to find out, like my life depends on it, and I will risk everything so I can be the one to break it, because who gives a and it's none of your business.
The same way I would never tell Michael Bisping how to throw a left hook, same way I don't want to hear from him on what it means to be a journalist. Everything he said there was asinine, ridiculous. He has no idea what it means to be a journalist. Feelers to try to be in the know. I never claimed to be an expert, but you know what a journalist does? He reaches out to sources to get information to then report back to all of you. Risk everything? Is that a shot about 199? No, I'm trying to inform the public. In fact, I was the only one who was trying to inform the public. Of course you're not an investigative journalist. No one would ever confuse you with such. And that's why I called him Bootlicker Bisping, because I've been tired of the past year of him taking pot shots at me only to curry favor with Dana White. Never talked about him, never taken shots at him, have promoted his projects like his movie, like his book. Every time Smith comes on, I talk about the pod. But at the end of the day, he's a bootlicker. Just like Ali Abdelaziz is a bootlicker, just like many others in this game are bootlickers. They're trying to curry favor. Now, there are others who are in the UFC's good graces who don't feel the need to take shots at me just so that Dana White could see a video and be like, you got him good. DC, Chael, these guys were friends. That's what friends do. You don't pick a side and take shots at the other guy just so that you could be in better standing with the one who's lining your pockets with slap fighting gigs. And you have the audacity to talk about me and the way I do business and the way that I do my work, and I've never been wrong, and you're calling it to question my work. And so here are the facts. Number one, I was right. I was right about everything that I said. And I was right about everything that I said because I'm a good journalist who reached out to people and was told information. Not because I came out there and said, let me tell you how it is, friends. No. So the feelers that you're talking about is me practicing journalism. I know you know nothing about it very clearly, but you know me well enough to know how I do business. And I would actually go as far as to say that no fighter in MMA has benefited more from my desire to be in the know and to report back to you, from my quest to be the best journalist that I could be. No fighter on the planet has benefited more than Michael Bisping. Quick story for the new fans, or a quick refresher for the old fans. May of 2016, Chris Weidman tells me that he's hurt. Chris Weidman tells me that he's injured his neck, that he's not going to fight at UFC 199. June of 2016 in Inglewood. I catch wind that they're going to try to book Jacare versus Rockhold. They had a bit of a history, Jacare versus Rockhold. Now, I know that Michael Bisping is reaching the end of his career. He's on a bit of a run, and the dream is to become a champion. I reach out to him. He's filming a movie in Toronto. I say, look, this is what's going to happen. It's not the first time that I've done this, but I don't do it often. You should throw your name in the hat. You should reach out to the UFC. This is something that no one knows about. He's out, and they're trying to do the Jacare fight. Throw your name out there. See what happens. Maybe you get a fight. Short notice, shock the world. 2 weeks later, you're the champ. I'm filming a movie, this and that. By the way, don't take my word for it. It's in his book. It's in his documentary. Now, if I didn't know all this information, if I didn't call around and find out about Weidman and Jacare and all this, if I didn't try to be an investigative journalist, I wouldn't have known any of this. And also, if I wasn't a good friend, I wouldn't have called him. But I wanted the best for him because we've been on a journey with him, and I thought he deserved it. And so I reached out to him to tell him this information. He throws his name in the hat. He finds out via SportsCenter when Dana White announced it that he's in. He calls me to see if it's actually true. It's all in his book. Go read it. The book that I promoted, the book that I had him on to promote, the book that I read. Him and Ant Devins did a great job with it. Where's that relationship? So you benefited from my desire to be in the know, from my desire to be a good journalist. You benefited from it because then, of course, you got the fight, you got the win, and your life was changed forever. You did all that. But to then sit here and talk shit about me and say that I'm willing to risk it all. It's not risking it all. In what other world, in what other universe, in what other sport are journalists treated this way? Acting like I'm speculating, acting like I'm making shit up. No, I was right. And you never even apologized. And I don't want your apology. Your apology means absolutely nothing to me. But then you go on your show after the news comes out, after you've been bombarded, after you probably don't like that people are calling you bootlicker Bisping, or maybe now I should call you backtracking Bisping, or maybe the best title of them all is backstabbing Bisping, because that's what you've done. Anyway, this is how he addresses it.
And just real quick off the top, I just got sent a video of Ariel Helwani going on a rant, calling me bootlicker Bisping and all the rest of it. Jesus Christ, Ariel. Jesus, buddy. Relax. We're having a laugh. We're taking the piss. My God. He says, oh, we've known each other for a long time. We have. I thought you could take a little bit of banter, Ariel. Bloody relax. My God. Bootlicker Bisping. I'll have that slap fighting gig. I've got the slap fighting gig.
Yeah, how?
I'm a commentator in the sport, okay? My God. I can't remember all what he said. I was watching it, laughing my head off. Jesus Christ, Ariel. You're good at what you do, buddy. All right? Relax. Jesus Christ. Anytime you insert yourself into the conversation, you become a part of the conversation. So therefore, we're going to have a laugh. We're going to take the piss, which is what we do on this show. Okay, we don't sit here and cry into our microphones. We insult people.
Here come the subtle shots.
Remind the world about the 14 trophies. Anyway, Ariel, all the best.
All the best,
go, buddy.
All the best, buddy. The weakest shit ever. You get called out. I finally respond a year after pot shots, and this is what you say: weak ass shit. We insert myself into the story. No, again, you don't understand. Journalists report on things. I don't give a shit if it's via Ariel Helwani or via the MMA Hour. I'm trying to inform this audience. I'm not inserting myself. I'm not making it about myself. I'm trying to report just like every other journalist on the planet does. And you and that other guy who I've never seen before, I have no idea who that is, are talking about me being in the speculation business. No, it's the journalism fucking business. Look it up. Google that shit. And yes, I bring up the 14 because people like you and people like Shaw back in the day and people like Patty back in the day try to discredit me. But we're still batting 1,000 and we're still freaking here. And so, yeah, I don't appreciate that. And the rant that he's talking about, compare me talking about it on the Ringer MMA show or me talking about it today on this show to the way he was in that clip that I showed you where he's convulsing. His eye is twitching. He's convulsing. He's risking everything, taking it so seriously. Golly. What are you taking it so seriously about? Parroting the words of Dana White, willing to risk everything. Stay out of it. Mind your business. It's quite literally my business to report on this shit. And you know what else? You guys take the stuff from our show, you take the clips from our show, you take the talking points from our show, you take the interviews from our show, and you use it to create your own freaking headlines. Or when someone like Jamal Hill or Joaquin Buckley comes on my show to try to create a beef with me, you can't book him fast enough. I don't know what you guys would talk about 50% of the time if it wasn't for the stuff on this show. So do me a favor. If we're hacks, if we're losers, if we're speculators, if we're fake experts, stop talking about us. Stop taking our footage. Stop taking our content. Stop taking our talking points, our stories, all that stuff. Don't talk about us. You talk about us a hell of a lot more than we talk about you. And again, I'm not trying to get into a thing with all of you, but enough is enough. Enough is enough with the pot shots. Enough is enough with the fake ass shit. You know exactly what my job is, and you know that I do it very well. So just don't talk about me. If you can't give me credit because you're afraid that Daddy Dana is going to take the slap fighting gigs away or the Apex gigs away, just don't say anything. Don't talk about me. And I thought maybe he'd come out there and be like, you know what? I got this one wrong. You know what? Fair play, Ariel. Fair play. I remembered who you were. He comes out and be like, buddy, I was just having a piss. I was just taking the laugh. Whatever the fuck it is. Having a laugh, taking the piss. Whatever the fuck he was saying. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course you were. Yeah, that's exactly how friends treat each other. Friends who haven't talked to each other in 2 years. Weak ass shit, and everyone called you out for it, and you didn't like that there were comments flooding your page saying apologize to Ariel, so this is how you address it. Weak ass shit. And I'm tired of it. So just stop talking about me. And remember, if you will, 2016. And remember who called you. And remember who told you about all of that. Remember that when you're out there trying to discredit me. Weak ass shit to come on and say, I was just having a laugh. That's the weakest shit possible. So anyway, to everyone who doubted us, to everyone who said we didn't get the story right or didn't know what we were talking about or were being fed false info, you know, we got 2 words for you. And for everyone who believed and everyone who had our back since day one, we say, thank you. Undefeated, undisputed, number 1, en route to 15. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about all that. Did I miss anything, Rick?
I think you covered that.
Thank you. Rick, are you the guy in that clip, the Bisping to me?
I suppose I am. I can't say I'm a frequent watcher. I don't know who that gentleman is, but I suppose right now, especially when Andy had that 2 box up, that I am the equivalent.
No, you're
so
not.
Here I am.
No, you're not. You've been around. You've been around the block.
I feel like, yeah,
and you wouldn't dare disrespect the legend.
No. I know better than that. How do you feel?
I feel great. I mean, I feel happy that we can all move on from this situation. I feel like the UFC did a great job. I feel like they really did pull something out of their back pocket. I think they did a phenomenal job of putting together a fight on 2 weeks' notice when it seemed insurmountable to be able to get this done. Let's be honest, Alex Pereira has 2 broken toes, one that he suffered in the fight against Jamal Hill, one that he suffered before, and he's in Australia, and somehow they got him to take this fight. It's unbelievable.
I agree with you. I think they did a very good job at replacing the irreplaceable.
And then you got Yuri. Like, both these guys are cult-like figures. You know what I mean? Both these guys are beloved to the point where I just feel like nothing will compare to a Conor fight. But I don't, other than a fight that involves Max Holloway because he's so hot right now after what he did at 300. I don't know if anything would have been as well received. Of course, there's going to be people who are upset and disappointed, all that, but I don't know if anything could be as well received as this particular fight.
I've seen a lot of people saying that certainly while the stakes, right, the circumstance, the attention is lowered, objectively as a fight, I think people are more excited about this fight. And so that's the best you can hope for, especially given the difficulties and the circumstances that they were up against with how many people are booked and how many people are on the shelf. And already kind of accounted for. They did a damn good job.
And then what's brilliant about it is, in my opinion, you book the fight and then you add the little cherry on top, Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, out of nowhere, right? Like, that fight wasn't on the card. Out of nowhere, no one's talking about it. Shout out to Ortega, who's like 3, I think, and Lopez is like 14. Adds to the aura of Lopez. Can't see any scenario where this is a bad fight. You keep Oldberg on there after his great win. Smith trying to go for one last run. Like, man, 303, there's been a lot of international fight weeks that have been way worse than this one, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
A hell of a lot. Like, there's really nothing that you can say, in my opinion. And so let's see if they're able to get Conor back in there. Let's see if they're able to book this in August or September. Still no word just yet. And by the way, the biggest story of all, which I didn't address, was the rebooking of Floyd Mayweather versus John Gotti III. I think that's August 24th. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's go to our first guest of the day. This man would never be accused of being a bootlicker. I'll tell you that much. He would never turn on me. He would never backtrack or backstab. He's one of a kind. And on Saturday, June 22nd, he's traveling over to Tokyo, Japan to take part in Bloodsport Bushido. Yes, one Josh Barnett is putting on a great show. They had a great event during WrestleMania week in Philly. WWE CEO Nick Khan was in attendance, and he's put on perhaps his best card yet. And the legendary Quinton Rampage Jackson, who's become one of the hottest podcasters in the combat sports game, is on the card as well. Let's talk to Rampage. Always great to talk to Rampage. What's up, Rampage? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, you would never backstab me, right?
That's right. Who backstabs you?
Oh my gosh. Bootlicker Bisping backstabbed me.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Well, I just kind of went on a 20-minute soliloquy. He would call it a rant. I would just say I was defending myself. He's taking shots and stuff, to be in the good graces of the UFC, and he forgot about the friends that were there when he was coming up.
Now, Bisping is normally a stand-up guy, so it's hard for me to believe that he would backstab you, man. I don't see Bisping doing that. What? What? Man, me and Bisping, we used to be like brothers, so I gotta.
Yeah, and then what happened?
He backstabbed me.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We all good. We all good.
Yeah.
Rampage, man. Yeah. Can I tell you one of my favorite stories of 2024?
Okay, let's hear it.
The resurgence of Quinton Rampage Jackson. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, hold on. Resurgence? You talking about when I be playing Call of Duty and I die and I come back?
Nah. Yo, you got that skibbity riz.
What? What are you talking about today? Where are you learning your slang from?
You got like plus 10,000 aura.
Yeah. I got a lot of aura. I love it when girls be giving me aura. Love that shit.
You don't know about the skibbity?
No, I don't know nothing about no skibbity dizzles.
Nah.
What the fuck you talking about, son?
You're doing this podcast now, and I see your clips everywhere. You're getting...
Oh, yeah.
Not only are you getting, like, big combat sports guests, you're getting freaking Jerry West in one of his last interviews. May he rest in peace. You're getting names from Chevy Chase. You're getting Rashad. How are you doing?
Yeah.
How are you? And now I feel like the kids are starting to realize the personality, the celebrity that you are, the like I said, plus 1,000 aura. You got the skibbity.
Oh, okay. Bro, I'm gonna tell you, man, I can't take credit for that. I got a great co-host. That Bear, DeGidio, man, he's a great co-host. Him and his team, they do everything. All I do is come and sit down and show up. I don't have no notes. I just know who's going to be there. I just come and sit down and have fun and enjoy myself. It's fun doing a podcast. It's gotten me back into watching MMA and fighting and because I have to see what's going on, because a lot of these young cats is getting upset with me that I didn't watch the UFC. I didn't know who the fuck they were.
Yeah. Do you feel like now the younger fans are learning about you too?
Yeah, which is crazy, because normally it used to be old dudes used to come up to me asking me for pictures and talk to me. And now I got like little teens and stuff talking to me and knowing about me. I guess they see me on a podcast and they Google me and see some of my old fights and stuff like that. So yeah, it's actually pretty weird. I never thought that was going to happen.
Bro, when I'm walking the streets in New York, I swear it's almost every day people are like, "I love you and Rampage." I'm like, Rampage and I haven't done an interview together in person in like 12, 13 years. I was sort of teeing you up to say, like, I think it's because like our interviews have sort of come back to light to the surface, but
okay. You thought it was our old interviews?
Yeah.
Hey, we had some great interviews. The one in New York was pretty cool, man. So yeah, iconic, man. You the man. I think we try to be, everybody do podcasts and stuff, anything MMA. We try to be like you and Joe Rogan. I think you and Joe Rogan, y'all set it off for everybody.
Yeah, I think I was first though. So, just give credit where it's due, just for the record.
Yeah, everybody knows you was first.
Yeah. Hey, we had a great one in Japan, and you're going back to Japan, I think tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll leave tomorrow.
And so you're taking part in this blood sport. Do you know what you signed up for?
No, I have no idea what the fuck I signed up for. I have no idea.
Yo, this is intense stuff. Have you watched any of their events?
Josh showed me some clips and stuff like that, but I have a short attention span, so I watched it for a couple seconds, and I went back to scrolling on TikTok.
Yo, man, this isn't. Have you been training?
Yeah, I've been training a little bit, but I figured, hell, I've been doing this shit for 25 years. I'm gonna let it do what it do, baby.
Well, I can't wait to see it, and I think it's like on a platform, no ropes, right? And you're going up against a scary guy. His name is Shrek. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I saw a picture of him. He looked like a big ugly motherfucker, but I'm gonna make him uglier. Fuck that. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Well, we're showing a picture of him right now. He actually kind of does look like Shrek.
Let's see the picture. Can I see it or
yes.
on your audience?
No, we can hook you up. Just 1 second. We're gonna hook you up right now. Wait for it.
Man, I ain't worried about that motherfucker, man. I'm probably the biggest and the baddest on this planet. Why I gotta worry about ugly motherfucker named Shrek?
I mean, he looks tough.
What you trying to say? You trying to say you trying to say that he's tougher than me?
No, but I think he knows what he's signed up for, and I'm worried that you don't.
Oh yeah. That might be a thing. You might have a point there. But you said there was a platform, there's no ropes. If I get in trouble, I just talk his ass out the fucking ring.
That's true.
It is.
That's true. And this is a legendary venue that you're competing in, right? The what is it? I'm going to screw it up. The Sumo Hall.
There's a Sumo Hall. I guess that's where the sumo got down back in the day.
What about Josh Barnett putting this on? Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see like the former fighters graduating to putting on shows and stuff like that. I'm like, hell, now it's time for me to get me a show, Rampage style.
Are you working on that?
Yeah, I just started. I'm jealous everybody got their own shit and I ain't got nothing. I'm sitting down talking to every motherfucking body. I want to get out there and entertain the fans and do some shit.
Is he paying you a lot?
Who?
Josh Barnett.
Josh?
Yeah.
Man, I'm losing money doing this shit.
Why?
Because it seemed like fun and any excuse for me to go to Japan. You know I like going over to Japan and I heard Japan is paying motherfuckers to have kids over there. I'm gonna go out there and go out there and talk to a lot of Japanese ladies and make me a bunch of Japanese.
Why? What do you mean they're paying people to have kids?
You didn't know? You didn't hear about this?
No.
Oh yeah, they're not reproducing at a steady rate out there anymore. So they need some babies, and I'm the man for the job.
Wow, they're calling in the lefty, huh?
Oh yeah. You didn't hear about this?
No, I didn't.
It's been going on for a couple of years now. Like I think the problem was what I heard a couple of years ago that Japanese guys are they're afraid of rejection. They keep getting rejected by women, so they're not hitting on women as much, which means that women don't hit on men by nature. So what they're doing is people are not mating, people are not fucking.
I just thought of the best idea. You just saying that made me think of $1 million idea that I want to give to you for free out of the kindness of my heart. They need to do a show in Japan where Rampage takes like a group of like 10 guys who are a bit short on self-confidence, who are afraid of getting rejected. You build them up and then you like unleash them to go ask girls out and like to improve their life. You're like their coach. You're their guru. That's a brilliant idea.
I like that idea. And if they don't get the job done, I fuck their girlfriend for them. It's a win-win. I love it.
That would be incredible. I would love. By the way, it's June 17th. I was told like around June 2nd or June 8th you were supposed to fight Shannon Briggs. Did I miss this? Did I not get to stream or something?
No, you didn't miss. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you straight up what happened.
Tell me.
And I know one of my interviews, you got me sued once before.
Oh fuck.
For being honest. Yeah, we know. I know I bring this up. We know bring this every time, but these people. I want them to try to sue me because they watch everything I do. I want them to try to sue me because I'm going to sue them for like 10, 20 million. Fuck them.
Okay.
So these people out of Qatar and Shannon hooked me up with them. Zab Judah hooked Shannon Briggs up with them. We do this deal. We do this contract. They had me do this post of me signing the contract. Everything seemed legit and real. And Shannon pulled out of the fight like 3 months before I did. I just didn't say anything because I was hoping that he would come back in because this is their first time putting on a fight, and it was in Qatar. He wanted a deposit and money and escrow and stuff like that, and they just never did it. Then Shannon just said, he told me like, man, those dudes are scammers. They're not going to put on the fight, and I was hoping Shannon was wrong. And then I'm with F3 Energy Drink, and I really love this company. That and they take good care of me, and I have like a lot of shares in it. And so I hooked them up with this promotion to sponsor and do all this stuff. And somehow that didn't work out. And the guy decided to make his own energy drink called a Q3 and call up the lab to get the same ingredients because F3 is really healthy and they have like vitamins and minerals and all that different stuff in it. And it's like natural caffeine, no sugar. So the guy's like, he really liked the taste. So he tried to go and make the same exact energy drink. I was like, yep, Shannon was right. So
wow.
I pulled out. The guy never gave, my manager Tiki tried to get me back in and everything. He said, look, just send the guy a deposit and show us you real, then the fight will go on. So I just never really said anything publicly till recently. I put a post out on my Instagram because fans kept asking about the fight. And I was really disappointed because, you know, Shannon and I, we've been trying to fight for 4 years. You remember you made a joke about me last time when I was saying it was the economy. Fuck you for that one.
Nah.
Yeah. So we've been trying to get this, and so I got this girl like, damn man, maybe this fight is not really meant to happen, but I don't know. I guess fate is on Shannon's side, so he don't get embarrassed by a fucking MMA guy. So we pulled out of that fight, and those guys keep fucking bothering me and fucking texting me. But you know, I got Congo involved. I got Fabio Mabababo. I got Titties involved.
Wow.
I had Shannon Rich involved, and you know, a couple other guys. Usher Letter. I had so many people. So I got my friend, a boxer in England, Brian Rose, and I had all my buddies involved because Shannon Brigg was supposed to help me make the card, but he got busy, he had a death in his family or something. So we did the card, and we all thought this was going to be like a fun event, like good money grab and everything. But those guys, they never came through on not one thing they was going to say. So, you know, it just show went south. Well, I never had to deal with anything like this in my 25 years of fighting.
Well, what's so shocking to me is I've known you for so long. I've covered your career for so many years. First time I ever hear you having to pull out of a fight.
Hey, bro, I don't pull out. My pull out game is not what I'm known for. Real talk. I got proof.
FR. You know what that is?
No.
FR for real.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have to use context. What do you come up with these? Are you inventing your own slang now? Is that something? Is that what we're doing on your show? You trying to get some? You trying to invent your own slang?
This is the thing. I have a 12 and 10-year-old, and they don't speak English. They speak a whole different language. So I'm trying to keep. They're talking about Skibbity Riz and Skibbity Ohio. And they're
I never heard of Skibbity before.
Look it up.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You talk about my podcast. So
yeah.
Be 100. Do you watch my podcast?
Do I watch the whole thing or do I watch clips of it?
That's all I need to know.
Hey. Do you watch mine?
Do I watch the whole thing or do I just watch clips of it?
That's all I need to know. And by the way, how many times have I invited you on my show? How many times have you invited me on your show? How many times?
I invite you on my show all the time.
One weak-ass invitation. Well, if you're ever in town, yeah. I just so happen to be strolling the streets of Orange County on my days off. Like, well, come on, you know I'm not over there.
You come out here when they have fights out here. I would gladly give you a first-class ticket and put you up in a hotel room.
Oh, you pay for appearances? I didn't know that.
Well, if you got to come in, because we like it in the studio, so we'll put you on a plane in a hotel.
Nah, I can't be bothered.
We're gonna. I know it. Hey, man. So why are we gonna make you pay for your own flight? Why would we do that?
That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
No, I would like to come on. I think it would be great because it's always been like me to you. It'd be nice for like you and Rashad was nice. That was fun, right?
Yeah. That was actually a good podcast. That was the first time we had a guest on that actually beat me in the fight, which is valid. You know what I'm saying? We should have been having more guests on that beat me in the fight, but Rashad was the first one. It was close to the anniversary of like, was it like the 14-year anniversary of our fight or something like that? Yeah, so it was really good.
Do you have a dream guest?
A dream guest? Jack Black.
Wow. Why him?
I really like Jack Black. I'm a big fan of Jack Black. Jack Black likes MMA. You saw him walk out Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
A couple times. Yeah. So, I follow Jack Black on Instagram. I think he's very fun. I've always been a fan of Jack Black. I like joking around laughing. And Jack Black he's very entertaining, very funny. I could just tell that he just comes off as a real down to earth dude, you know.
Isn't it crazy that you had one of Jerry West's last interviews?
Bro, that's crazy. And when he came, he seemed like he was totally healthy. The guy he's really funny, down to earth. But I think I kind of annoyed him when I asked him how was Kanye West growing up, and he was like confused. I was like, yeah, didn't you adopt Kanye West? And I was like, and I called him Mr. Drummond from Different Strokes. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yes, with freaking. Yeah, what you talking about, Willis?
Coleman?
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah,
come on, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought he was the dad?
Yeah, I thought he was Mr. Drummond for a second. I thought he raised Kanye West. So now that he's in heaven, now I kind of feel bad that I was probably the last person to get on his nerves.
Yeah, probably. By the way, what do you make of this whole Conor McGregor news?
What, that he is injured?
Yeah.
I was excited to see Conor McGregor back. I'm one of his biggest fans.
That's it.
Come on, man. Conor McGregor is fucking 100 millionaire. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck he doing? What the fuck he doing out there fighting? You only got to do that shit for the love. And one day, if you ain't feeling it, like, fuck it. He don't need that shit. I can't blame him, man. I can't blame him.
If you were that rich, you would not be fighting.
I didn't say that. If I was that rich and I had like any ounce of pain in my body, fuck no, I'd pull out the fight too.
By the way,
I don't know. If I'm gonna be 100, if I was that rich and still fighting, I would be doing it purely for the love, because I still love competing, so that's why I'm doing this blood sport and everything. Yeah, if I was injured, if I could injure myself even more, I would do it, because what people don't think about is that I have injuries from right now. I'm 46 in a couple of days. I got injuries from 20 years ago that still bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 60 years old, like remembering feeling this injury, like damn, I wish I would have tapped earlier, or I wish I would have pulled out of that fight. But people don't understand that. Like why he want to put himself through all that pain when financially he really don't have to. Like when you fight in MMA, you do it for the love, and you also do it for the for the finance. You do it for the check.
You, by the way, you bring up an amazing point. He went into the last fight with a foot that was all messed up, right? And look what happened. His freaking leg snapped. This is one of the biggest fights of his life. Like, this is the big comeback fight. If it gets delayed 2-3 months, no one will remember that. If he gets knocked out by Michael Chandler or gets hurt again, everyone will remember that, right? So he is comfortable enough. He doesn't need the money. It sucks that he has to postpone it, but this is the right call, right? Even though people are probably giving him shit as they do online, he's got to make that call.
Right. Look at me. Look at a couple of my losses. I did it. I didn't pull out. You know what I'm saying? I love fighting, but I also love that paycheck. And when I think about how much money I would leave on the table, fuck, I'm just gonna do this fight. I've won fights hurt before, and but that's like a big gamble. Mm-hmm. So he don't got to take that. He don't got to take that gamble. All he got to do is heal up. You know what I'm saying? Go ride around on his yacht, his Lamborghini yacht. You know what I'm saying? And do what Conor does. But the thing that looks bad to the fans is like videos was surfacing of him in a nightclub and stuff, like a little bit before he pulled out and stuff like that. And that's what fans see in the back of their mind. But you know what I'm saying? Conor McGregor is a young legend of the sport. Let that man do what he do. Let him keep entertaining y'all. Don't get all caught up in him, pulling out of fights and stuff like that. If he want to come back, let him come back. Shit, I want to see him box. I want to see Conor McGregor go and do more movies. I think he's done a lot for our sport, made the sport more of a household name. I don't give a fuck if he pulled out a fight, stuff like that. I'll be here waiting when he comes back. I'm a big fan of Conor McGregor.
Also, the times have changed with cell phones and stuff. People pick stuff up. Like back in the day when you were a superstar, Pride, UFC, did people, like if there were cell phones as prevalent as they are now, like did you go to clubs like a few days or a few weeks before your fights? Would you be seen out there?
Hey, time out, man. Why you trying to make me sound like I'm fucking ancient, bro?
Nah.
The interview was going. No, shut the fuck up, man. Look, the interview was going good at first, and I was being real cordial with you, and then you was like, back when you was a superstar, they didn't have cell phones. Shut the fuck up, bro. No, that's what the fuck you just said.
No. I just mean when you were in your fighting prime. Like 2006, 7, 8, 9. I can't tell if your video froze or if you're just actually staring at me like, oh, it didn't freeze.
You know what the fuck you doing, bro? Like back when you was famous, did they have cell phones? That's why I be fucking with you, and I'm glad this being stabbed you in your motherfucking back. Fuck out. Yeah, fuck you. Back when you was famous, did they have cell phones?
I just mean
no, I didn't go out. No, I didn't go out to clubs before my fight. If I did go out to a club, it was like some type of event or something. I didn't drink.
Okay, so you would never do that.
No, I don't do that shit.
Hey,
but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it this time in Japan because my birthday is 2 days before the fight.
What do you got planned?
Well, we supposed to have some type of event in Japan, a little small event on the 20th, and that's my birthday. So I ain't gonna drink though, but I'm gonna go out and hang out.
If I you still there? Yeah. If I
can you see that I didn't put my phone on do not disturb. My bad.
Nah, it's all good. Oh, now you just hung up. Did you just hang up? I'm looking at myself. Vacationary. Oh, now I'm gone. What a guy, that Rampage. One wrong word, one wrong thing can set him off. We'll get him back there. By the way, if you want to watch the event, it's available for fans in North America and around the world on TrillerTV.com, formerly known as Fight, both live and on demand afterwards. It starts at 3 p.m. local time in Tokyo, which is 2 a.m. Eastern on June 22nd, 11 p.m. Pacific, June 21st. In the U.S. on the West Coast. So that is, I guess, Friday going into Saturday, yeah? So TrillerTV.com, formerly known as Fight, F-I-T-E. It's a great app, very easy to use. Josh Barnett versus John Moxley, Minoru Suzuki versus Timothy Thatcher, Sakuraba against Santino Marella, Masakatsu Funaki against Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Rampage versus Strike. It's quite the lineup over at the Ryogoku Kokugikan Sumo Hall. Is he back? Rampage back?
Yeah, I'm back. I put my phone on do not disturb. My bad.
Oh, it's all good.
My bad. I don't want to mess up your show, but fuck you for calling me old. And
I love you. I love you. If you said right now that you want me in Tokyo for this fight to be like your manager, trainer, to walk out with you to up the profile, I would get on a plane tonight and go.
I find that hard to believe.
I would do anything.
That's a long flight. Come to the podcast then.
The place that you hold in my heart is indescribable.
Man, you don't even got one of my toys on your desk. You got everybody up there.
No, that's Cap.
Come on. Stop the Cap. I know.
That's Cap. Where is it?
Look, I see you. Bro, I see you got Alex Pereira up there, and he just got on the scene.
Yeah, he did get on. He's a Johnny Come Lately. No, it's somewhere. Oh, wait.
Yeah, thank you. You don't even know where I'm at. Thank you, bro.
That's
Stop
Cap.
The Cap.
That's Cap. Right there.
Yeah, but it ain't on your desk like where everybody else. Hey, why you got Alex Pereira up there?
This is old school. Hey, you're right. Look at this old school round. I mean, this is like 2008, 2009. That's how. How far back we go.
What the chain at though?
Yeah, where is the chain? I don't know.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it right here in front of my name. That's how much you mean to me. Hey, you said on your podcast you got some news about John Jones. What are you talking about? Is that Cap?
I didn't say I had news about John Jones.
Oh, okay.
That's what everybody that's what everybody keep misunderstanding. I didn't say I had any news about John Jones, but John Jones is coming back pretty soon, and he's coming out with a dope ass video game. I thought everybody knew that shit, and people just ran wild with it.
A video game?
Yeah, John Jones coming out with his own motherfucking video game.
Wow, like a fighting game?
He's been like, top secret with it. That's why I don't want to say too much. I don't want John Jones trying to sue me. That motherfucker already kicked my ass. What the fuck?
Him on your show would be great.
That would be great. But I don't want John Jones mad at me, but I don't think John Jones take me in a street fight. He could probably take me in a UFC fight, but I don't think he'd take me in a street fight.
We could finally answer the question, who is the mole?
No, we found out who the mold was. That was years ago, but I forgot the name of the motherfucker. But it was somebody that worked at Muscle Farm.
Oh, really? You found it? What'd you do to him?
Man, I didn't do shit to him. What was I supposed to do? Beat him up? I didn't do shit.
All right. Yeah, you know, it always.
But
huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, but it was crazy that I did have a mole in my camp, and I just knew it. Just knew I had a mole in my camp.
That's like that is the ultimate betrayal.
Yeah.
Is this guy filming
he was
you?
No friend of mine. He was, but he was going back telling John Jones everything I was working on.
Fuck. You probably win the fight if not for that.
I thought I had a really good chance of winning that fight before the fight. That's the most confident I ever been in a fight. I never been that confident like that in the fight. I've never lost a fight, been in that good shape in my whole life. So I just thought there was no way I was going to lose them.
What about the shape that you'll be in on Saturday?
I'll be in pretty good shape. I've been training pretty hard and been getting my weight down and everything. And I'm trying to bring sexy back, and get back and close to the old me.
I see your arms. Your arms are huge.
Man, my arms are huge. Look at that, baby.
Look at that. Wow.
Oh, never mind. I forgot about you. I can't show you my body. I forgot about you.
Hey, what are you gonna wear?
That's none of your business.
You don't have like a cool outfit?
No, I don't got no cool outfit. I'm wearing the same shit I always wear. Same shit.
You gonna wear like those like the wrestling tights? Like this?
No, hell no. I know you waiting for that. Hell no. Fuck you. I know you waiting for that shit. All men can't wear shit like that. My butt cheeks and my other parts are too big to be in those little bitty fucking Speedos. Fuck that.
Oh man.
Shit look like thongs. That shit look like a thong on me. Fuck that shit. I ain't wearing that.
I ain't watching now.
Yeah. you still a bit tough. Hey, I guess it's Pride Month, so you can come out of your closet a little bit. Enjoy yourself.
What's Rampage and J Productions?
Oh yeah. Me and one of my friends, we started like our own production company because I'm gonna start doing a lot more on TV. So right now we working on a reality show with Riddick Bowe. Because Riddick Bowe, he's been having some trouble in the past, and he's like a real entertaining guy, real funny guy, and he had a manager like ripped him off for like $13 million or something like that, and now the situation where he's in is very unfortunate. So I would like to help Riddick Bowe get back on his feet. Oh. So we almost done with his pilot, but we need somebody to come on his podcast and stuff like that. It's going to be like a podcast reality show.
Okay.
And we want to get somebody huge to kick it off. So we try and talk to like Mike Tyson, Holyfield, somebody big to come on his show, even like actors and stuff like that. So that's the hard part, because a lot of people don't understand exactly what we're doing, and it's so many podcasts. People fed up with coming on people's podcasts, especially the more famous you are, the less you want to do. So, but I don't want to talk bad. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But what I want to say is that this show is really all about getting Riddick Bowe back on his feet. So we want to get him back in the public eye, let people see how entertaining he is, and hopefully do some merch and do a whole lot of stuff just so he can, live the way he deserves to be living. And it's really unfortunate how his manager ripped him off. And I've been ripped off before by some managers and stuff like that, so I know how it felt, and it hit me hard. I was fortunate enough to be able to keep going after that, because they didn't get me for 100% of everything, and it was just unfortunate that it looks like they got him for all his cash, bro.
Wow. That's awful.
That's awful, yeah.
All right, well, I love this. You're doing so many different things: wrestling, the podcast, energy, the workouts, production company. I mean, you're a real Renaissance man.
Man, you gotta stay busy, man. You gotta stay busy. I'm at the end of my career. I was trying to do a couple of boxing matches before I got too old, and I wanna fight Titties in the UFL before I get too old, because that's like bad blood. But I want to revenge all my losses, but that's not ideal. It's not realistic, because Father Time is undefeated. So if I can get like 2 boxing matches, I'll lay everything down and just keep entertaining the fans, like, by joking around and entertaining with podcasts and TV shows. And, I create my own style of, saying MMA shows and stuff like that. So, I just keep entertaining the fans in the way I can.
You think you'll be in a fight this year?
Boxing? Me?
Yeah, boxing or MMA. Yeah, you.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be in a boxing match this year, and hopefully I kick Titty's ass this year in UFL or with Harrison Rogers.
I feel like, by the way, can I just say something? I feel like people want to see you and Daryl Schoonover on good terms. I don't think they want to see you fight. I think we want to see you friends.
Well, him and we have some unfinished business. Like I got nothing. I got nothing but love for him and stuff like that. But people was talking about I bullying him and stuff like that. I want to set the record straight. He was a bully in that situation. I was just, backing myself up, and I just so happened to be better at playing a dozen, what people call it. I have to be better at checking than he is, and my shit was just funnier than him, and people automatically think I was a bully, and so he still bullies me to this day. You know what I'm saying? If you guys remember back then, what?
What are you talking?
What?
He bullies you?
Still to this day.
How?
Verbally bullying.
Oh, okay, all right. I got you.
He was a heavyweight back then. I was 205. You understand that?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
He was bigger than me, and he'd get up in my face talking shit. So I just I have to keep myself entertained and laughing, so I don't just go around just knocking everybody out. So, I didn't want to ruin the show, The Ultimate Fighter, by knocking out everybody on the fucking show that pissed me off.
That was the last best season.
Oh, thank you.
That was the best. Must-see TV. You in there, Rashad, Kimbo, all those guys. Yeah. Matt Mitrione, Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you some advice though. Would it be distasteful if I'm fighting Titties and I take him down, I'm ground and pound, and I just motorboat him while he's on the ground? Like, be honest.
Yeah, I think so, but who am I? My opinion doesn't matter.
Well, why do you think there would be in bad taste for me motorboating another man that has huge, humongous?
Well, by the way, I haven't seen him in a very, very long time, so I don't know what he looks like. He could have lost.
I'm sure he still got those titties.
I see.
They're you go probably bigger by now.
You go for the win. You go for the. By the way, your youngest child, how old?
My youngest child.
Yeah. That
8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
You have an 8-month-old.
Yeah, I just said that, didn't I?
Wait, who's the mom?
You don't worry about that. That ain't none of your business.
How many kids do you have now?
I got 5 kids.
So you're out there changing diapers and stuff?
No. I don't do none of that. I pay for everything. That's my job. I pay for everything. I spend time with her. I make her laugh. I do the little blow on the stomach.
Oh my God, I love that. 8 months? So what are the ages?
Yeah. I got 2 24-year-olds.
2? You have 18. Twins?
No, they ain't twins.
Well, okay, so, no, that's incredible. Okay, so 2.
No. What's funny to you? What are you laughing about?
Well, there's a natural follow-up, but I don't want to ask it.
Ask it.
No.
You making fun of my life?
No.
Are you making fun of my fucking life?
No, I wanted. This was all to close on a funny line, but now we've opened up a whole other can of worms. So 224.
2 24-year-olds, an 18-year-old, and a 17-year-old, and a 5-month-old.
5 months.
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
The only reason I asked is because I thought you were going to say 16, 17. I said, when this is done, tell your 16 or 17-year-old that you got that skibbity riz and see what they say. And then when they say, how do you know that, Dad? Tell them my boy Ariel hooked me up. He's got his ear to the streets. But I didn't know about no 5-month-old. I didn't know about no 2 24-year-olds, You
didn't know? I told you a long time ago I had my 2 boys 8 months apart.
I don't know if it registered like that. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with it. God bless. It's great. They're healthy. They're happy.
Oh, yeah. They're good kids. I'm proud of all of them. But you only been with one woman your whole life. See, me, I tested the waters.
Listen, as you said earlier, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. You've been with one woman, but I ain't say how many men you've been with.
Stop. Good luck out there, Rampage. June 22nd. I'll be watching. Love you. Please come in studio so I can hug you, okay?
Handshake will suffice.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
There he is, Rampage Jackson. What a guy. What a character. Did not know about the 24 thing, but incredible. All right. There he is, June 22nd on TrillerTV.com, formerly known as Fight. I have wanted to have our next guest on. It's a real eclectic mix of characters on today's show. I've wanted to have our next guest on for quite some time. And after I saw him drop a promo to end all promos after his win just a little over a week ago in one championship, I thought, all right, now's the time. In case you missed it, this is what he said on the microphone after his victory.
I competed with Gabriel like 3 or 4 years ago, and I lost this match, right? So this match was to show everyone that when you have an obstacle, you go to do it, and you overcome it. My opponent talked a lot of about me for about 4 years. I respect him so much, but for 4 years, he commented on every freaking post I did. I'm not trying to curse. Like talking I just cursed again. Then he did something very personal to me. And when he did this personal involving family, that's when I got angry. But everyone talking you couldn't beat him, there's no way. He's a division heavier than you. I just submitted him easy as
Promo of the year right there. Here he is, Mr. Darth Rigatoni himself, Mikey Musumeci. What's up, Mikey? How are you?
Good, How are you doing?
I'm doing
good.
Great.
Finally, it's an honor to be on there. Finally, I'm such a huge fan of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. We talk about you a lot on the show because I love everything that you represent. I love how you conduct yourself. I like your vibe. You're extremely talented and athletic. So well done on all your success. And thank you for coming on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And congrats on the win. When you watch that back, when you watch that promo from just about over a week ago, what do you think?
I kept it real, like I just kept it real like you. Like you get in trouble sometimes for keeping it real, that's why I'm a big fan of you. Like you don't censor yourself. You just say what it is, So that was one time where I wasn't being fake nice, I was not being politically correct. I just let it out. I cursed too much for sure. So I'm working on not cursing as much, but I was just happy I was like my authentic self at that moment,
It's amazing. And I'm wondering, what is the reaction that you've received in response to this? Do you think your fans liked seeing that side of you?
Yes. A lot of my fans love seeing this part of me, because you could feel it's authentic, right? Like if it was me acting doing this, you would instantly be like, oh, that's cringe. Like that's not like, but it was really me. Like I was upset, and I just let it out, so I just had so much fun out there, like I worked really hard the past 8 months, and Gabriel got second at ADCC, right? And it was like 3 or 4 years of like this feud with me and him. I was like a weight class or 2 weight classes below him, and he kept like, one thing I said on there, and then he acted like victim after. He's like, oh, he bullied me, so like to clear the air, like I said that he commented on every post of mine. He commented on a lot of like random posts, like saying, oh, his opponents are all easy, they're not my level. He should come up and fight me. But he wanted me to go up a weight class, right? So I didn't want to go up a weight class. I just wanted to do my weight class for like the last like 3 years. So I messaged him. I'm like, dude, I'm just doing my own weight class right now, but in the future, if I go up, it would be an honor to compete with you. But he was very fake respectful. And then he just kept like poking at me, constantly like challenging me to go up to him. But I'm like, dude, come down to me if you want to fight me. I'm just doing my own weight class. I'm the best in the world at my weight class. You're good in your division. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, literally, that's what my vibe was. But he wouldn't stop. So then I'm like, fuck it, let's go up. I'm cursing again.
Yeah, I like it.
So then for a year, I was begging One to give me this match. I'm like, please let me have this match, And I was sending Gabriel messages of me and One, like me asking to go up and them telling me no. And so I just kept over and over. And then One finally let me do it, And he was saying that all my opponents were easy, right? But then he was my easiest opponent out of all my opponents, So the guy that complained about the level of my opponents was like, my other opponents gave me tougher matches. That's why I was very like amped up and pissed, because every time I was winning matches, he wouldn't let me, he always had to comment, So I shut him up, and I taught him a lesson of humility. You know, so we're all learning and getting better. You know, I'm learning not to curse as much, even though I just cursed again. But yeah, I just had fun being real out there, you know, and I'm just excited to keep improving. You know, my level of jiu-jitsu grown so much. You know, he got second to ADCC. And yeah, I'm so excited. And now I have another challenge in September.
Yes, in
I
Colorado.
just keep going crazier.
I love it. I love it. This is a huge, huge match against Cade Rutolo, who just made his MMA debut, and now you'll be competing. You're going to be going up. How many weight classes are you going up? 2?
3 weight classes.
3. You're going from flyweight to lightweight, right?
Yes.
It's unbelievable, and this is a huge, huge deal. But could I ask one thing, just last thing on the interview? You did say that he made it personal, that he made it about your family, and I saw his response to you, and it seems like he kind of brushed that off.
Yeah, so I'll respond to everything he said, right?
Yeah,
he said that I had problems. Yeah, I have problems with it's me, it's not him. That's the first thing he said. Like, oh, he had a problem with Gio. He had a problem with Bruno Maffasini, right? Those are the things he said. So like, I'm like this dramatic person, right? What was my problem with Bruno Maffasini? My problem with Bruno was that him and Caio had a feud. Caio Terra, who I was training with a bunch, and Bruno even said to me on the mat, "It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with me. It has to do with the person behind you." Because Caio was coaching me, right? So I was just in the middle of their drama, and that was me being dramatic. Like, I had nothing to do with me. Bruno was just upset, like losing the match, and like then I made a post for Bruno defending him, you know, right after, like saying that he's a legend and he was just emotional. And we were instantly cool. We talked on the phone, like we were cool. Like there was no drama with us. I even was defending Bruno to help him, right? Then a feud with Gio. What was my feud with Gio? Gio talked a lot of shit before the match. And when we started the match, we interlocked like mercy, and he broke my finger, which is like an illegal move in jiu-jitsu. So I had to do the whole match with a broken finger. And I was pissed because he talked a lot of shit and he broke my finger. So I got emotional and I got mad. I said, I definitely crossed the line. Like, I definitely was extreme, but it was, again, from my heart, right? Me and Gio are friends now too. We're cool. We even want to have a match together, like a more good vibe match this time, right? But again, it was like, the thing about me is that you should understand, I have a lot of trauma in my life from when I was a kid, like people like being very alpha and like bullying. So when these people bring that part out of me, I'm a bully to the people that I feel bully me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And some people don't like that, but how do you stop a bully from being a bully? You fucking put them in their place, you know? I'm a nerdy kid. I look very nerdy, but I'm fucking more alpha and macho than all these guys. I just don't have to show it, you know? So when they act really macho and alpha my whole life with these people, I always felt less than them. So it always made me feel less than, because they always acted like they're so much tougher, better than me. But what I loved about jiu-jitsu was it didn't matter what they said. It didn't matter when they walked chest up with me or anything. I'd beat them all, you know? They're all mugging me like they're going to take my lunch money, like, because I'm the nerdy kid. And then I would fuck them up. So that was always how I was with these type of people. And then with Gabriel, he again had this vibe with me. In the face-off, he tried making me flinch. And the first thing I say to him in Portuguese, I'm like, dude, this is a jiu-jitsu match. This is an MMA. What the fuck are you doing? That's why I laugh. But it's, again, like, then he played victim after, being like, oh, I didn't do anything. Mikey made this up. So yeah, I had 3 problems with people. Bruno, me and him had no problem. Like, literally, it was just him and Caio. They're rivals, right? They're just rivals. They're both legends, and they just had a rivalry, and I was in the middle of their rivalry. So Gio and me, yeah, Gio was a douche to me, but we're cool now, you know? And then me and Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel acted really like an asshole to me for like a long time, and overly respectful too, like very fake respectful, which I hate. I'm very nice and respectful, but I'm not fake. You know, I'm very real. You know, if I respect someone, I'll show it, or I'll be professional. But I won't ever overly act fake nice and then act like a douche, you know? So when he did this to me, that really triggered me, like from my childhood, and that hostile way. But what these guys don't realize, Ariel, I have this crazy part of me. So when they do that to me, I fight better. So I thrive in toxicness. So the more toxic and hostile they make it, the better I compete, because then I'm I go crazy, right? So I think the best game plan if you're fighting me is to be really nice. because then I'm really nice and I'm smiley, and then like I don't even want to hurt the person. I'm very smiley. Like I have the vibe of training when I have matches with them. So that's basically the whole feud with me and Gabriel, and like what he said about the 3 problems I had with people. Yeah, did I really have problems with those people? And again, he was a weight class above me, and he kept challenging me to go up to have a match with him. I'm like, dude, I'm just doing my weight class. I'm not the best in your weight class. I'm not. If you want to have a match with me, come down. And then he's like, I can't make your weight. So I'm like, shut up. Then shut up. Don't talk about it then. If you can't make my weight, then leave me the fuck alone. But then he kept going for like 3 or 4 years. So then I went up and fucked him up. That's it.
Good on you.
You know, I don't have any beef in this weight class. I don't even want to be in this weight class. I don't care. But I just went up to fight him, and now I'm out. Now let's go up more. You know, we got second in ADCC. I wanted to have a match with Baby Shark. I waited 7 months for that for him also, and he wouldn't have a match with me. So I tried fighting the best guys from ADCC in the 145, and so I pretty much finished this division, and now I'm out. Now let's go to the next division, 77. Who won gold at ADCC 77? Cade did. So that's why I want to have a match with him. I just want to fucking put myself in death row and fight the best guys.
I love it. Much respect. So can I ask, when you were a kid, how badly did you get bullied?
I had a hard childhood in a lot of ways, you know. So it just brings out little Mikey that wants to defend himself, you know. Like it's a painful part of me, you know. It's a traumatic response. So when you see me like that, it's like a traumatic response from when I was a kid, you know. So that's why I respond so passionately, right? And I don't really feel remorse or empathy when I do that to the person that I feel upsets me or bullied me, because they deserve it. And I want them to feel what I had to feel in my life. Does that make sense?
Yes. That makes total sense.
Then you could teach the person humility and not to do that to others when you do that to them. Is it wrong? 2 rights don't make a wrong. I know that. But in this case, yeah, they deserve it a little bit, you know? They deserve it.
Is this why you got into jiu-jitsu?
Well, I started jiu-jitsu when I was 4 years old, right? So like when I was so small, but it's why I did jiu-jitsu my whole life. It was my escape from like my life, right? Like I didn't really talk in school. I didn't have friends. Like I was just this introvert, very like very small kid. You know, so I always got made fun of for being very small. And yeah, jiu-jitsu was my escape from everything. And it didn't matter what people said. It didn't matter how people acted, you know, like a macho tough guy or anything. When I'm there, it's just logic, like who's better than who, and there's no talking, you know? So I felt like it was the place I thrived and excelled in the most, because I was just free. I didn't have to tell anyone. I didn't have to act anyway. I could just fuck these people up, you know? And that's why I have this rebel part of me that I feel like I wasn't able to show for a long time. And now I feel like it's coming out of me more and more, because I feel like I have such a good circle of people around me now that I could just be my authentic self, and I don't really care who likes me or not, you know? And I'm just going to keep it real. If you like me, awesome. If you don't, then look at yourself in the mirror and wonder why you don't like me. Either you heard wrong information about me, or something I'm saying or doing triggers you about yourself. That's pretty much it, because I'm so nice to everyone.
You are, and you're an incredible athlete. You're in incredible shape. I've seen you, you know, without your shirt on, without your gi on, and your rash
I just
guard.
train every second, Ariel. Since I'm 4 years old, 23 years, I've been training like every second. You know, it's
6
my
miles a
passion
day
to
you
get
run, right? Every morning?
I was running 6 miles a day for a while, but now I have to be heavier, so I can't run as much because it makes me too skinny.
Okay, you are shredded. And I know a big thing, you know, we kind of dabble a little bit in the jiu-jitsu world. We had Craig Jones in studio recently. And you know, there are some people who celebrate performance-enhancing drugs in jiu-jitsu, and you're very...
Oh, they're fucking idiots. Fuck those people.
Okay, so what is your response to Craig, who says that, you know, steroids are good for someone in jiu-jitsu?
I mean, wait. And not fuck Craig, because he's cool. Like, he has funny videos. Like, first of all, I'm not saying fuck Craig, so just put that out there.
Yeah.
But is he wrong in terms of accuracy, that if you're on steroids, you'll be better at jiu-jitsu? No, he's not wrong. You're going to be definitely better at jiu-jitsu if you're on steroids, right? Because you're going to be stronger.
So why don't you take them?
Why don't I take them? Because they're not healthy for you, and they're so dangerous on your body. There's so many people that had health problems from steroids and long-term I grew up with a lot of coaches that were on a lot of steroids, and they're all bipolar and nuts now. Like, it fucks up your brain, right? So growing up in this environment of all these ex-steroid users, like, it made me instantly never want to do it, right? And also the moral compass of cheating. It's cheating to take steroids, you know, like, look at MMA, look at baseball, look at basketball, look at all these sports. They're professional sports, right? The only thing that there's steroids in is like bodybuilding, right? Are we in fucking bodybuilding? No. You know, and I grew up, like, Dan Gable's an idol of mine, so I grew up like listening to him talk about steroids. Shout out Dan Gable, he's the GOAT. I always never wanted to cheat and like take a shortcut, right? I wanted to make my jiu-jitsu work against these people, so it became like a puzzle for me. And I remember when I was younger, I didn't even know if it was possible to beat them because all my idols I was looking up to were on steroids. So it just made me like, can I do it? Can I do it? Like, the uncertainty of it, right? But then what happened, Ariel, was my jiu-jitsu became another level because I didn't rely on strength. I didn't rely on using that mindset, you know? I remember when I was a kid, Ariel, I'd do seminars with some of the best people in the world in jiu-jitsu, right? And they would teach a move, and I'd be like, what do you do if the person breaks your collar? And the person looked at me and said, when I make this grip, no one can break it. I'm like, okay, how the fuck am I going to emulate that? You know? So like a lot of them still have that mentality. And basically, it limits the growth of jiu-jitsu for sure, because the technical ability that you need, the technical amount of jiu-jitsu you need is limited because you're on so much steroids. You know, so that was actually a huge advantage I had because I didn't take steroids. So I got significantly more technical than all the people that are on, right? Is Craig wrong that it definitely is like, it'll make your jiu-jitsu better? It'll make you stronger. It'll make you recover more. But is that fun to like make your jiu-jitsu stronger where you're not like solving all the puzzles and like in long term, you want to be able to train your whole life. You don't want to hurt your body. And then look at the kids that watch jiu-jitsu, right? You want little kids to think I have to take steroids when I get older to be a world champion? No, we don't want our kids growing up. I'm an American kid, right? I grew up watching baseball, all these things. And like, we have drug testing for a reason. Like, you don't want little kids fucking taking drugs, right? And that's what happens in jiu-jitsu. They start so young, steroids, you know? So
why don't they test?
Bad for older men?
Why don't they test?
CRT bad for older men? Oh, why don't they test? They are. This is what I'm saying. So one championship, they have drug testing now, thank God. Polaris, they have drug testing now. IBJJF, they have drug testing. So what doesn't have drug testing right now? Who's number one? And ADCC. Those are the only two, right? So is it every event in jiu-jitsu doesn't have drug testing? No, half of them do, right? So that means that it shouldn't be legal, steroids, you know, and I am a big advocate against, I'm a big person against this. So I feel like that's one of my things I want to help jiu-jitsu, like get rid of this steroid trend. And Cade Rotolo, I love him for that. He also is against it. So both of us are like very outspoken against this, you know. And again, I could see these people's jiu-jitsu, Ariel. It's so much steroids and strength. Like it really does alter the way that they do jiu-jitsu. And they're limiting themselves, you know, because my goal is having the best jiu-jitsu I can. It isn't just to be strong as fuck and overpower people with my strength. So I don't know. I feel like, and it's crazy is when you speak out about it, you become the bad guy. So imagine talking about something that should be illegal and you're the bad guy because you're talking about it. So it's like a really twisted world I'm in. Like and everyone's on it. So when I talk about this, Ariel, a lot of the people are not going to like me because I'm talking about this. So imagine talking about something good and you're a bad guy because of that.
Yeah.
So I'm like a villain. I became the villain for being a good guy. Like, how fucking nuts is that? And it's because I didn't want to just follow everyone else and just do bad things, you know? So I see these people as very weak-minded, especially the ones that cheat taking it, you know? I'm very against it. And you see the health problems that some people in jiu-jitsu are having now because of that. Right? So, yeah, I want kids to watch this. If a kid watches this, I hope you... Like, I'm sorry for cursing, by the way,
no
to
problem.
The parents with their kids watching this. But if you watch this, I want you to know, like, I'm a world champion. I never took anything in my life. Rutolo is a world champion. We never took anything in our life. So when you hear these jiu-jitsu people say you're not working hard enough unless you take steroids, because they say this is how crazy my sport is. Like, what other sport would people be saying this, Ariel? You talk to a lot of athletes, right? Like, this is insane, right?
Right.
But you don't need to take steroids to be a world champion. Just work hard learning jiu-jitsu. Make your goal to have the best jiu-jitsu you could have. And the result will be beating all these steroid people and you'll have a stronger mind than them. And you'll have bigger balls than them because they shrank them taking steroids.
Can I ask, what do you think of Craig going up against ADCC, this whole thing? And could you compete in any of these, or your one championship would preclude you from doing that?
I'm not allowed. No.
Okay.
I tried because I like Craig. That's what I'm saying. I have nothing against Craig. He's awesome. Like I like his rebel part of him, right?
Yeah.
How he's trying to help jiu-jitsu. The steroid thing, me and him don't see eye to eye with. But what he said wasn't wrong. Like, it was accurate. Your statement is 100% accurate. It doesn't make your jiu-jitsu better. Like, he's not wrong. It will.
Yeah, it's a performance
like, not jiu-jitsu, like your performance.
Yeah.
But I think that he's doing a great thing trying to make athletes make more money, because very few athletes are actually able to make money in jiu-jitsu right now. Like, probably just the Rutolos, Gordon, Craig, and me. We're probably like the top earners in jiu-jitsu right now. But everyone else, they're not really making anything. So Craig is doing a great job at changing that. So I respect him so much for that. I wanted to do his event, but I'm not allowed. So I was like really petitioning, please, but no. And then ADCC, why would I do ADCC? Hear me out. If there's the weight class is like a division heavier than mine, and it's 5 matches, and you just make 10K.
Yeah,
that's crazy. All you make for winning ADCC. So it makes no sense for me to change my training for this one event when you have like 5 matches instead of doing one championship where I'm making like 15, 20 times that amount. So why would anyone do ADCC in my position? And then people are like, oh, you're scared of the ADCC people. I've been trying for over a year, dude, to fight the best 2 people from ADCC, right? And then one of them refused to have a match with me for 7 months. And then the other one, the second place guy that had like an even match with that guy, I submitted like instantly. So does it seem like I'm scared of the ADCC people, Ariel?
No, not at all. You're a freaking legend. You're not scared of anyone.
I just want to make money. And I wanted to help them make money. I literally was giving them the chance to make money. I'm like, dude, let's make money. Let's do this together. But then they don't fucking want to do it. So it's not my fault. Like I did what I wanted to in jiu-jitsu, and now I'm trying to set like Craig is. He's trying to help jiu-jitsu grow. So I'm a big fan of Craig for that. He's awesome for that. I could live with the steroid thing he says because of how cool he is with this.
Fair enough.
Does that make sense?
Fair enough. I love your nickname. I love the fact that you love Italian food, that you're a big pizza and pasta guy. This has been discussed. I do want to tell you what my favorite kind of pizza is. And I want to hear this. Okay, so I'm hardcore into this. This is my favorite. Like, I will die on this.
Wait. Let me. If you say Chicago, I'm gonna get fucking
Nah.
Okay,
Not Chicago. I'm in East Coast.
Okay, then you're cool.
Northeast. Green olives, not black olives. Green have to be green. Okay, black olives, Kalamata, I don't like. Green olives. Okay, stick with me, Mikey. Stick with me. Green olives and pineapple. Sweet and salty.
What the
so
fuck?
Good, man.
Dude.
Have you done it? Have you had it? Have you had it?
You're canceled now.
Bro.
You're canceled.
Bro.
You're canceled. You can't have pineapple on pizza. What the fuck are you doing?
I feel it right here. I taste it right here. Green olives, the saltiness with the sweet of the pineapple on the cheese. Oh, you know yourself, Mikey.
Just don't call it pizza. Don't call it pizza.
Why are you a pizza snob? You can't have anything on the pizza? Why can't we?
Italians are fucking snob. You get canceled for anything with the Italians. They're really strict with what you put,
Okay, so
I remember, Ariel, I was learning how to make pizza, and I posted a picture of me rolling dough like a pizza roll, just a roller, right?
Yeah.
And then I got like all these messages from angry Italians. In Italy, we don't do that. How dare you? So I almost even got canceled just for that, So
okay, how about this? Mikey? We went out.
That's not pizza. Nah, we don't count that as pizza.
Listen. We went out. Me and the boys here on the show. Mysterious Frank takes me, my guy here. He takes me to a pizza place last Monday, and get this. I don't want to call him out. Arugula on the pizza. That's freaking weird, right? I mean, that's weird.
No, that's legit. No, arugula is legit. They do that in Italy.
Thank you.
That's legit. No, respect. I like arugula on pizza. No, that's cool. That's cool.
How is that okay? How is that okay?
Getting your vegetables.
Arugula. What is this? A salad? That's bad, but the pineapple, that's not bad, and the pineapple's bad.
Pineapple you can put. Arugula, you're good. White pizza, I love this. One of my favorite things is like a white pizza with arugula and shaved parm on top. That's fucking awesome.
No sauce?
No, just that basic.
No, come on.
That's good. You're legal with that. You're good. You won't get canceled.
Okay, well, let me tell you my favorite pasta dish, okay? Maybe you're down with this.
Okay.
Tortellini in brodo, in the soup tortellini, not one sauce. You like that or no? Tortellini in brodo.
It's not bad. No, you're not bad. You're not bad with that.
What? Why do you make that face? You've never had my mom's. My mom makes an incredible tortellini to die for. Why you don't like tortellini?
No, I like tortellini. It's good. It's good. I'm with it. I'm with it. It's good. It's good.
What is your favorite? What do you like?
I just like basic ones though, like pesto, aglio olio, vodka sauce.
Arrabbiata? You like arrabbiata?
Yeah, I like spicy.
All right.
Yeah, that's what people were calling me after my last match.
Yeah.
They were saying that was my personality. Like I added spice to it, hot.
I like it. I respect it. By the way, would you ever do MMA?
Yes.
Oh.
So right now I have like the craziest challenges of my life in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
So I had to hold off on like focusing on MMA, but I do love Muay Thai. I love learning it, and I'm like best friends with Rod Tang, like one of the best Muay Thai fighters in the world.
Yeah.
And he wants to teach me it. So I just have to finish these matches. And when I'm doing my division, I feel like I could train a lot of stand-up, because I don't really have to like go out of my way, like do like a Rocky IV training like I do now, like to fight all these like high level, like heavier people. So I have to be 100% jiu-jitsu now. But after this, like I'm only 27, right? I've been learning a lot of wrestling. I've been working with a lot of people for wrestling recently. And I'm just a student of the game. Like I just love learning, right? I have this white belt mentality. I just love learning. And if I could get my stand-up level like to like blue, purple belt level, I feel like I would be very good in MMA, I could have like a Muay Thai base. I think it's cool because most Muay Thai guys, they have to they can't stand straight up like that, right? Because people will take them down. So who the fuck's going to take me down? They're just all going to stay back and box with me, right? So I could kind of stand like a Muay Thai person. So I talked a lot to Ryan Hall about this too.
Yeah.
And we were like talking about this. So I don't know. It would be a new puzzle for me, right? Because I'm constantly looking for new things to push myself with. And I think my personality being like super nerdy and like wimpy, I think that it would really appeal to people as well to see that I could actually like fight these like crazy MMA people.
Oh my God. It would be incredible. It would
go crazy, right?
I mean, I think it works for jiu-jitsu. I would love to see you in MMA, but I think what you're doing now is great for jiu-jitsu, and I think you're a great role model, and I like the spicy Mikey, all right? I think we should stick – we could call you –
less cursing. I got to work at my cursing.
Nah, forget that.
I have a swear
be yourself.
now.
Be yourself. We call you Darth Rigatoni Arrabbiata, something like that, You
yeah, that's a new one. That's a new one for me.
You got a little spice, and you're returning to action. I want to get this right on Amazon Prime. It is in September in Colorado, correct? I screwed this up.
Yes, sir.
You got it. You tell us.
September 6th, 168 in Colorado. I'm going up to face Cade Rutola for the lightweight belt. 3 weight classes up. I have the flyweight belt. He has the lightweight belt. If I win this match, I have 2 different belts in 2 different weight classes. So it's a fucking challenge. It's going to be the toughest match of my life. I'm a huge fan of Cade. And what's nice is we both have mutual respect for each other. So it'll be more good vibes. I don't have to like be in fucking the trenches, with like bad vibes and like people flinching and like mean mugging and like all that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I hate it. I really don't like it. But yeah, I get to have fun and I'm challenging myself. My goal is to be the best I could be. So how do I do that? I have to fight the best people. Going up in weight is what's going to make me better.
I love it.
I'm always looking for adrenaline and new dopamine highs, right? So I'm a drug junkie. I'm just searching for like those new highs. So I'll definitely get a lot of chemicals from this.
There's a lot of alphas in this world, Mikey. You're a sigma. You know what I'm talking about? You're a sigma. You're above the alpha. So much respect to you. Keep doing your thing. This was long overdue. Great to have you on. It was an honor, and we'll have you on in the future as well. Thank you so much, and congrats on all your success.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to be on your show. Thank you so much.
All right, there he is, Mikey Musumeci, the man known as Darth Rigatoni, returning to action in September, and he is quite the character. Let me recap that. 168 in Denver, Friday, September 6th at Ball Arena. He goes up to the lightweight division to take on the prodigy, Cade Rutola, in a lightweight submission grappling world title match. He's going to try to become a 2-division champion. Streams live at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Tickets on sale now over at Ticketmaster. Great stuff from Mikey. Now, we've been searching, we've been pleading, we've been begging. Paulo Come in studio. Oh, Paulo, you're in New Jersey. Come visit us. Oh, after the fight, come visit us. Oh, come on to talk about the fight. Oh, come on to preview the fight. Come on week of the fight. But we kept hitting roadblocks. We kept hitting roadblocks. We kept hitting Reach out to Tamara, hitting roadblocks. Reach out to Captain Eric, hitting roadblocks. Finally, I'm told he is here. Is Bohashinya here? Is the Enigma here? There he is. The eraser. Where have you been, Paulo? Where have you been?
I have been very well, my brother.
No,
and
where?
You?
Where have you been?
See.
Not how have you been. Where have you been? Why are you avoiding us?
No, I understand. I'm just playing with you. I understand perfectly. My English never been better than this. I have been. I'm right now in Florida. I have been in New Jersey, as you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are a liar.
What?
I wish to be on your show.
And
you did invite me.
That's bullshit. What are you talking about? I invited you before the show and after the show. He doesn't want to come.
You did invite me. It's a huge pleasure to be in the stage with my friend and the biggest of all time, Ariel. So, yeah.
You like my shirt, Paulo? Flexing. You like my shirt? I'm wearing vacation shirt. You like it? I'm showing my biceps.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yes.
You like that,
cool.
Paulo?
Look cool.
You're not the only sexy one around here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes, I know. Are you doing some workouts and improving your physical skills?
Yes. I'm doing.
I can see.
Thank you, Paulo. I appreciate that. How are you, Paulo? I mean, I said at the beginning of the show, I feel like you're And by the way, big interview. We're catching up. You couldn't have gone into a house or something. I mean, in the car, it feels so quick. It feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Why are you in a car, right? Is Tamara there? Where's Tamara?
I'm trying to get some money.
Okay.
You see.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I try to get some money. It's so difficult, I come from 2 losses, so the money is short.
I understand.
So,
but how are you doing? Because I see a lot of tweets from you, and I don't know how you're doing. It seems like you're tweeting through things. You're tweeting your feelings. So how are you doing?
Yes, I'm sad. I'm sad because I come from 2 losses, 2 big fights, but 2 losses. I feel like these 2 fights against Whittaker and against Sean Strickland was very winnable fights, and I don't. I didn't won. I didn't won those fights very winnable. My thoughts is very tough guys, the best of the planet. Top 1 and top 2, I think. And I could win then that fight, but I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough to win those guys, First, Strickland is an amazing fighter, and I did a very good first round, almost knocked him out. But in the second and the third, I didn't pressure. I didn't, put down the pedal, the accelerator is the pedal, to run above him and pressure him and try to knock on him out. I was more like just boxing and doing footworks and kicks, but not really pressure him. That's what I should have did against Whittaker. And right next, Sean Strickland was a not good fight for both of us, neither me or on him. I don't think this is a fight that people like to watch. I'm very upset about that fight, about my performance and about his performance as well, because I'm not this kind of fighter. I'm not a boring fighter, and I could not perform very, very well against Strickland. I think I did better against Whittaker than Strickland. But Strickland has very weird fight, very weird style. And in the very beginning of the fight, I started kicking his calf. So he changed the base, the stand. And he started doing something very, very weird. He was like march, raising his knees, to protect. And he's a very difficult guy to hit his face as well, because he's, guard is very effective. He's weird, he's different, but very effective. He knows how to do that very well. How the name of this guard?
The Philly Shell.
Something Shield.
Philly Shell.
Philly Shell. Yes, yeah. Exactly. Philly Shell. He did very well, but he didn't perform good. Me either. So I'm upset about the loss, but I'm very upset about my performance. And I talked to UFC, Hunter, and Dana. I just promised them I will bring back the old Paulo. That guy who moved forward, very aggressive, very dangerous all the time, throw punches and kicks. And this is my promise to myself, to them. Because I think I heard a lot criticize about my style, even when I was only winning fights. When I was 13-year-old, the people was talking bad about me. And I think I hear too much about these guys. Like, Paulo just move forward. He cannot move back or move around. He cannot do footwork fights, just bouncing or jump, like a karate stance and stuff. But I can't do that. And I knew that. So maybe I thought, okay, I will show that I can do that. But this is not my style. They are right at some point that I'm not the best guy to do that, because I know how to move forward and how to bring, the aggressivity for the fights. But this is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, because it's not everybody that can do what I can do, that move forward, I mean. So why should I change? I'm not comparing myself with Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson just moved forward in the prime. Mm-hmm. In the almost his whole career, he always moved forward, and nobody told, "Oh, Mike Tyson cannot." No, I believe somebody can criticize Mike Tyson as well, of course, because they criticize everybody. But it's not a big question. The people didn't raise the question why Mike Tyson cannot fight like Muhammad Ali, because they are two different people, two different kind of fighters, and I'm this kind of fighter who move forward. So I promise Dana, Hunter, my team, myself, I will move forward. I will bring back the old Paulo that don't care for points, because this is very interesting. I thought I was winning the fight against Sean. My corner told me, yeah, you for sure, you won the first round. The second round, we believe you won too, but cannot be exactly this, so we never know. But the third round, you lost. The fourth round, you lost. But the fifth round, you won. We don't believe that 10 seconds in the final bring the fight to him, because, yes, he rushed to you, but he could not, did a clear hit on you. I slipped down, but was not knocked down. But, you never know. But so we are just in double. With the fifth round went to me or went to him. But when I saw the score cards, two Judes give 4 rounds to Sean, and just one Jude did the victory to me. So I say, okay, guys, look to my corners and coach. Fuck these points. I don't understand how these points goes. I'm not a kind of point fighters. I will just rush to finish the fights. That's my style. And this bring me until here, and I will bring back this old guy.
But Paulo, that style works when you're climbing the latter. But now that you're facing the best fighters in the world, you can't just rush them, right? There has to be movement. So I understand the sentiment to bringing back the eraser, Bohashinya, but you also have to be defensive and smart as well. So I don't think you have to think of it that way.
Yes.
I don't think you have to think about bringing. It's just little tweaks. You're right there. You're right there.
Yeah. Yes, but
don't be so hard on yourself, is what I'm saying.
I agree with you. Of course, you need to be attention on defense stuff, and not just run, like crazy. No, I mean when I say rush and be aggressive and move forward, is move forward with some precaution, some attention, and of course some tricks, but still moving forward. Still put my opponent on the heels. This is what I mean,
Okay, I understand. And so I saw you tweeting a lot about Khamzat Chimaev last week. It seems like this is what you desire. This is the fight that will bring the rage out in you and get you back on track. It seems like this is what you want.
Yes, this is what I want. But not only me, I want to bring the fight that people want to see. That's very simple. Of course, they ask me who I want to fight next. I want to fight for the title.
Right.
This is obvious, right? But most important than this is I like to be, and I'm trying to be the most entertainment fighter as I can. You understand? So I thought this fight against Sean would be very fun fight, but that wasn't fun. That was a boring. But next, the fight I think makes sense to bring a lot of entertainment. The fight would be fun, would be against Chimaev. Because look, this is perfect to me. This is perfect. It's not because he's close to title or nothing. No, he's not. He's number 10. I'm number 8, I think. So in terms of position, doesn't mean so good to me. But that is the thing. I think he's a perfect kind of fighter to bring back the old Paulo, to bring back the aggressivity, to bring back the fire, the ferocity. I'm looking for that. And you can see on my face, I can't wait to bring back this because I need redemption. I'm so upset, bro. Nobody can be more upset than myself when I do a bad fight like I did against Sean. I'm not talking about the losses. Losses can come and goes. Next, if I got the victory, everything changed in my mind. And I don't think that the people had so bad perception about myself because the losses. But I'm upset about myself. I need that fight. And Chimaev is perfect guy. I think he looks a little bit crazy, so this would be a very fun fight. And people in Brazil don't stop to talk about that. Paulo, you need to fight Gomeche Chen. You need to fight Gomeche Chen next. And here in America as well, I think Europeans fans, Mexicans fans, the people around the world want to see that fight. Even the Russians, some Russians send me messages and say, yeah, I think you should fight him. So they want to see some exciting fight. And I think this is the fight to make. I think if Hunter and Dana stop to think about, I don't know when Gomeche Chen will come back. I don't know if he come back. I don't know nothing about that. But if he can, back to fight, back to to cage, I think he cannot step in United States, in European as well.
Do you have any clarity on this? It's a big mystery. I don't know. No one really wants to talk about it, but can he only fight in overseas? Like if he fights, would it have to be in Abu Dhabi or something like that? Do you have any information on this?
My information just come from, some coach and some people who train with him or coach him, just talk with some people that I know, and the people come, is not directly
okay
information. I cannot assure 100% of that, but they say yes, because Russians has a lot of sanctions. How do you say that? Sanctions, and everybody who is very close get too. So that's why.
Yeah, but Islam was in New Jersey. Khabib was in, like, it's not all Russians, you know?
Yes, makes sense. Yeah.
Fedor was
I
over
did thought
here.
about that.
You know, he was here.
You're very smart.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. But would you be okay if it's October, waiting until October, or do you want to try to fight sooner?
Perfect. 4 months.
Okay.
You know,
I thought maybe.
But yeah, no, I can wait.
Okay.
I could fight before as well. You know, you're right. Like August would be nice. Late August or September.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Once you get to October, it's all good. By the way, speaking of August, Israel just announced today, Israel Adesanya, his fight against Dricus du Plessis. You saw this? What do you think of the fight? Who do you think wins?
It's hard to predict, but Dricus is doing very well. You know, Adesanya is great striker, but Dricus is doing very well. I would say 50-50.
Okay. You know, it wasn't 50-50. I hate to bring this up because I know it was tough, but I just had to ask you because I didn't think anyone asked you. I didn't see. You went to the baseball game in New York. I saw you through the pitch, but it was a little bit to the left. It wasn't so much in the middle.
Yeah.
It was a little far, you know, just a bit off, just a little outside. And so I was just wondering what you thought of the pitch. Like, what you thought of your performance on the mound?
Yes, bro. You know, I never thought it was so difficult. I just watching TV say, oh, this is easy. Everybody can do that. Man, no. You should give me some tips how to
hold it. You should have told. Why didn't you call? If you would have talked to me before, you have my information. You know what was the first thing I would have told you? You stood on the top of the mountain. You know the mound? You stood on top. That's the first mistake. If you've never done that before, it's kind of weird because like it goes down, so it screws you up. So what you should have done was start at the bottom of it, and it would have been straight line. Did you get to practice? Did they give you time to practice on it?
No, just once.
Nah,
just go.
in front of the world.
They kick my ass, and so.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, bro. The first time, the first thing when I get there and I just saw the mountain, I didn't expect the mountain. I said, "What is this?" I didn't know that people throw above the mountain. So, yeah, that make me feel a little bit away because I say, okay, so I need to stay right here, and try hit that guy. Bro, the guy was a Mexican guy. Was very, very kind of me. He say, hey, Paulo, throw to me. You can do that. You can do that. I said, of course I can do that. This is so easy. And when I stepped there, I saw the mountain. He say, okay, the things start to be a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit aware. But okay, I think I can throw that guy, and I put a lot.
Yeah, you just have to lob it in there.
The best.
Just slowly.
Yeah.
You just have to go slow, soft. Did you see Conor McGregor's pitch?
I saw was better than me. Was worse than mine.
Yeah.
Right.
So you shouldn't feel so bad.
Yes, that's why. Make me feel a little bit better, you know, because McGregor, great, maybe, you know, for a lot of people, greatest of all time, and he did so bad. So that's okay, Paul.
I think that everything's going to be okay. I think that you're still one of the best fighters in the world. And you had a long layoff against Whitaker. What was it, 18 months or something crazy like that? 15 months, 16 months. You had a great fight. And then, you know, Strickland has a tricky style. You know, I still don't understand why it was 5 rounds. Why did they make it 5 rounds, that fight?
I don't know, bro. I think it's UFC. I don't know, maybe Strickland team requests that, you know, like you know, like Paulo would be not so dangerous at the last rounds, maybe, or maybe just UFC want to put some, you know, some bring more attention for this fight, and so change this for 5 rounds instead 3. Yeah, tricky. I'm sad, but yes, you're right. That's why I'm upset, because I didn't expect his style bring so difficult, and yeah, I just moved back, bro, against Strickland. You saw, I just moved back the whole fight, try hurt his leg, but he changed his stance once he felt the first kicks, and the thing start very weird. But it's okay. I will not stay like crying.
By the way, last month there was a Bellator event in Paris, and there was a fighter named Patchy Mix. He's dating Tatiana Suarez. He's the bantamweight champion. I don't know if you saw the pictures, but before the fight, like the day before the fight, he proposed to Tatiana in front of the Eiffel Tower. And I said, "This is my idea to Paulo. We talked about this. You should have done it." And now he took your idea. It was beautiful pictures. Did you see the pictures online?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering if you saw those pictures and thought that you should have done the same.
Yes, bro, but I need to win some fight, right? To do that, right?
Nah. Tamara loves you for who you are.
Maybe next.
She loves you for who you are.
No, she loves. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes she get angry. But yes, you giving me this idea. I was thinking about that very serious. My time is with to propose to Maya is almost in the end. This is a time end of line. I need to do that this year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe she drove you up to the bank and said, this is. Look at this place. Look at this bank. We need to go here to get the the big winnings. Yes. Did she drive you there?
No, I drive myself.
Oh, okay.
But she's there. She's there. Talk with the bankers. Try to get some.
Okay, she's doing the business.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing. She tried to raise some money. Yeah.
By the way, what do you think of Whitaker taking this fight against this guy, Ali Skarov, on short notice?
This is crazy. This is crazy, right? This is crazy. First of all, what happened with Gomechichen?
They said, today someone said, first, Dana White said violently ill, right? That's what we're going to go off of. Now there are people who are saying food poisoning. I can't confirm this. I don't know anything about this. He's sick, and I know he's had some major issues. There was also another report saying that he's considering retiring. He's had some health issues the last 2-3 years. So I don't know. Do you know anything more?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just know exactly what you say. So, yeah, this is crazy. I will not say bad thing about him, because everybody is able to get sick and stuff. But what's crazy, that's happening exactly with him. Not exactly sick and poison or wherever he got, but they took me off the fight exactly the same 10 days before the fight, like him. And I was there suffering. I did three surgeries in 40 days. And the last one was 10 days before the fight, that they say, okay, you're not capable anymore to fight on this card. And he jokes about that. What's bad, because, bro, this is kind of samsara wheel. Everything come back to you, And I was angry because I was not fake injury, I did surgeries, and that happened exactly with him 10 days before the fight. So is not, God is here, everything. God is above us. You cannot do bad things, because bad things will come back to you. I believe on that. But yeah, Whitaker against
Ali Skarov.
What the name of the Ali Skarov is? Yes, it's interesting fight. Let's see. I don't think Ali Skarov is ready for Whitaker, but is 5 rounds?
That's a great question. I didn't even ask.
Yeah,
I'll find out.
I think for 5 rounds, Whitaker is more prepared.
Yeah.
If it's 3 rounds, is more equal for both. But yeah, let's see. But what's good on my vision, because this division right now is you have so many good fighters to do. I think that guy beat Cannonier right now. He's on the top. Like you could say 10 guys that you can mix between them and make great matchups, right?
Yeah. Although that was a bad stoppage, though, right?
I didn't see the fight, but everybody say that.
You didn't watch it. You'd like to take a break from MMA because after your fight.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
After fight, I really take a break, bro. Yeah, I went to the parks here, Disneyland stuff, and
nice.
Take some break. Yeah, I like a lot. Roller coasters. This is my one of the things that make me happy is roller coasters.
Really, the scary ones.
Yes, scary ones.
Upside
the more
down?
scary ones, better. Upside down, bro. Yeah, I like that. Here in Universal Studios, they have a Velociraptor. Velociraptor is the fastest in the world. They say it's like 120 miles per hour.
Wow,
it's crazy. It's amazing. I went there like 10 times.
Incredible. All right. Yeah. By the way, did you see the Anderson Silva fight against Chael Sonnen this weekend?
Oh, horrible fight. Come on, well, they did very bad.
The fight.
Yeah, fight.
Yes. Fight. What is this? They were dancing with each other.
Yes. Not even spar, not even train is so soft like that. Not even my brother on the cold days is so soft like that. It's crazy. I think Chael Sonnen did the right thing, because he's not fighting anymore. He's not looking for fight anymore. He's commentator. He's doing best, doing good on his job. But Anderson is looking for fights. But now, how can people buy his fights?
Yeah,
his fights next in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia like he wants, bro? Nobody wants to see him anymore because you cannot do that. It's kind of bait.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. They didn't tell us. People said it was like a sparring match, but it wasn't really a sparring match. It was more of a like they were playing with each other,
Yeah.
It would be like how
definitely.
I would be towards you if we were like, wrestling, just like having fun. Like we're just like flowing.
You against me?
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. You are my boy, Ariel. You are my boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to leave. I need to left.
That's it.
Just boil for you on these
please
shelves that you have.
I want it right here. Any place.
In the table.
You send it to me and we put it right here.
Of course,
okay?
I will do that because you're my boy.
Thank you, but no more bad pictures of me online, please. It's not nice. No more, okay? We're friends.
Just a meal.
Nah, bro. This is not now. We're friends.
We are friends, but maybe when we wake up, you wake up ugly because I wake up.
No, you never wake up ugly.
Always beautiful.
You're
always you wake up always beautiful like you right now.
Yes.
Like I'm good.
Yes.
Face.
Yes. Plus 1,000.
I not. I wake up like.
I have the Riz. You know what the Riz means? Yeah. Skibbity Riz. You know this?
Riz.
Yeah.
Riz. I discovered this word like next week.
Rizwani. They call me Rizwani.
Riz what?
Rizwani. Ariel Rizwani. Not Helwani. Rizwani.
Ah, Rizwani. Of course. My brother, Rizwani. No, I'm so proud of you. You have already your wife, some beautiful kids.
Thank you, my
You
friend.
are a man of God. Man of God. Not these bullshit guys that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Paulo.
That's why you're blessed.
Thank you. And you're blessed too. And we look forward to your return. Thank you for coming back to the show. It's nice to have you. I wish you the best. And keep your chin up. Okay. You're a legend. Keep your chin up. You're the man. And the comeback will be greater than the setback. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. That's it. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I will be back soon. Then later, I think against Gomes Chain, and I'll be back there, Paulo, that everybody be proud to watch. Even Ariel Hawani.
Love it. Thank you, Paulo. My best to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Obrigado. There he is.
Thank you.
Paulo Costa, the eraser. Borrachinha. He is going to be back. We have to build him back up. Enough of this killing people. Enough of this breaking people down. You have to build people up. You have to make them feel good about themselves. This is what it's all about. Okay, so
who, me?
Yeah, that's right. You have to do that. It's very important, Frank. You have to make people feel good about themselves. You have to make people feel confident and feel pride.
Right, like when they want to put arugula on a pizza, you're like, "Oh, I've never had that before. I'm open to experiencing it."
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Arugula on a pizza is it feels too salady. You need toppings. Have you had olives on pizza with pineapple?
I don't know how to tell you those. There were green olives on the pizza that you had.
Wow, no wonder it was like a comsi
really
comsa. Yeah, it was.
We were meeting in the middle.
Yeah, fair enough. I talk about building people up. I don't have to build up our next guest because she is on fire right now. Another win for her. She improves to 12-0. Another great first-round finish. This time it was on Thursday at Mohegan Sun. She's the #1 seed in the PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament, if you will. And she is just blowing right through the competition. Of course, the PFL Europe champion, now doing very well in the regular season. Moving on to the playoffs, she's the pride of England and Bulgaria, Dakota Ditcheva. There she is. Hello, Dakota. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. Thank you, Ariel.
Congratulations. By the way, have you ever had arugula on pizza before?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're not missing out. It's weird. You know what arugula is, right?
No.
Like lettuce. Like it's a type of lettuce. Arugula.
Oh, no, I've never heard of that word.
How come you've never heard of anything that I've asked you about over the last...
I'm literally on and you've caught me out with something already.
Oh, my dear God. Arugula is a type of lettuce. People putting lettuce... Would you put lettuce on pizza?
No.
No. It's awful.
Definitely not.
Are you in like an empty room or something? Where is this? What is this place that you're in?
I've literally not even got any bedding on. I've just come back from obviously New York, so I've like washed all my bedding. This is like my room that I've not done up yet, so this wall is completely plain.
Okay, yes.
There's nothing up yet.
It looks like I couldn't tell if you were like in a hospital room, a hotel room, or in like a spare bedroom.
I think I'm going to put a city shirt on the wall or something, frame it, do something like that.
Yeah. What's up with Phil Foden, by the way? Do you know who Phil Foden is? Have you heard of him?
I do. The whole world's heard of Phil Foden.
Did you hear the new chant, his new song?
I've not been watching the Euro. I've not managed to catch the first game yet, so do you want to sing it for me?
Yes, I will sing it for you. Wait. Can't stop the fire. You need a fire without a spark. Phil Foden's on fire. Even though we're just you don't know that one? No, it's a hot song. No? All right, fair enough.
I'll have to catch on though.
Well, a lot of people are very upset because they feel like he's not stepping up on the big stage. They feel like he's only plays well for City, but not for England.
Okay. Did you watch the game? Did he not do too well?
I'm a proper Three Lions fan. Unlike others, I'm not calling anyone out. So I did watch. I saw Jude Bellingham. Jude and I are actually quite good mates. We DM each other. We support each other. I don't know if you know this about us, but we're actually quite close.
No, I didn't know that, but I've seen a lot on social media about Jude and his performance, so I think he did quite well. He was like standout player. You got man of the match, right?
Man of the match. They call him Matthias.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm still a Foden fan over Jude. Sorry.
Okay, well, Jude is the man, and you are the woman because you are killing it right now. What a win for you on Thursday. Golly, there's something about those body shots. You don't often see it in MMA, as well as you have perfected it, and with the power and ferocity in which you land and throw. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that we don't see, that type of attack from fighters like you showed us on Thursday?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. People say to me, what is it with you? And I'm like, I don't know whether I come to kill when I fight, and I don't know whether some people just come to fight. And I think that might be the difference. Like, doesn't matter who I'm stood against. Like, I come to kill, not just to kind of have a good match. That's for sure.
This particular one, it felt like there was a lot of attention on you going into this fight, and it continues to grow. Did you feel any of that? Did you feel any of that pressure? Did you feel any, you're trying to get a good spot going into the playoffs. Did anything feel different about this particular fight as opposed to the previous ones?
I was co-main event, so I think that was a big thing for me as well. I didn't feel like, I don't know, I didn't feel pressure like I needed to get a stoppage or anything, but at the same time, I kind of put that on myself because I wanted to make a statement. It's not often you get an opportunity to go co-main event on shows, and I feel like there are times that you can't really waste, the opportunity. You got to make a statement and be able to, have a highlight reel at them points, because that's kind of what's going to push you. So that was kind of a pressure for me as well. I think I just wanted to make a statement being co-main event.
Yeah, and being number one seed is nice. Are you happy with the way because everyone was saying, okay, the regular season, if you will be okay for you, but now you're going to fight Liz Carmouche, Tyler Santos. They're actually fighting each other, which is nice. I think they're going to cancel each other out. But are you happy with the way everything broke down?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it. The Liz Carmouche and Taylor Santos, I think that'll be a good fight. That I've said that's something that I would watch even if I was just a fan of the sport. I think it'll be an excellent fight, that one. But yeah, I suppose I get to face one of them, and then maybe outside of the season I'll be able to get like a pay-per-view match against one of them. We'll see. I think it's worked out quite well, yeah.
Did you think when this started that you would be the top seed?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. And people have said, now she's done the first 2 rounds, like you said, she'll face one of them and we'll see whether she's good. Like, I feel like, am I not showing that I'm on their level? Like, I feel like people are not disrespecting me, but like, I feel like I'm showing that I could fight with them. I didn't feel like they showed anything that I didn't the other night, so I feel like, why are people saying like I'm going to fall on this next round or something? Like, I'm going to give it a good fight. I feel like I'm stepping up on their level. So I don't know why people are talking about me like that, but I like to prove them wrong anyway, and I'll keep doing that in my performances, I think.
I love this. I love this now, because now we're going to get maybe Dakota with a chip on her shoulder. Dakota trying to this is good. Before, it's been all nice. Everyone's been, oh, this is a great story. But you feel now that people are doubting you, that they're trying to knock you down, that they're trying to say that you've only fought cans. Is that what you're sensing?
Yeah, basically. And I feel like I get that all the time. And to be honest, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if people say the same thing when I beat these next. They'll probably still say that I haven't fought anybody, because they won't want to accept the fact that I am on their skill level, I feel like. So we'll see anyway. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and they'll find out that way.
Do you read the comments a lot? Do you let them get to you?
No, I don't really read the comments. Like, I did an interview today and someone said, oh, Jake Paul commented on your post, and I was like, I didn't even know, and I don't read comments. I just kind of carry on posting and stay away from all that stuff, because I get kind of like half and half. I get support, but then I also get like the hate as well. So I miss a lot of nice comments at the same time as the bad ones.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, though. Better, if you had to pick, better not to read anything as opposed to subjecting yourself to some of the crap, right? So how do you know, by the way, how do you know people are talking smack if you're not reading the comments?
Oh, I mean, if people tell me on interviews, when people interview me, they're like, oh, this person said this person said this. I think people like to get me riled up a little bit, like get my reaction a little bit, because I tend to come out with a few one-liners that get me in trouble. So that's what they do now.
The celebration was this, I think, this time. What were you trying to say?
I just was like,
oh, was that?
No.
It was that, okay.
It was not doing it. It was like, no, you're not going to be the one to do it. She'd said like she was going to be the one to beat me, and I haven't been punched in the face before, but until this time, and stuff like that. So I was just like, you're not going to be the one to do it this time.
How good does that feel to connect with the body shots like that?
Yeah, I mean, I throw them all the time on the pads and in the gym. Like I say this all the time. I hit my brother through the body pad and he feels them. So he always just say to me, like, as soon as you touch someone with one of them, they're going to drop, and they always do. So it doesn't surprise me.
I thought it was a stellar performance. Everything was tremendous about it. But if I was to be 1,000% honest, I would give you like a 7.5 out of 10. If only because I felt like one component was missing. If we're being honest, Dakota, like it was one thing would have made it a 12 out of 10. You know what I'm referring to?
No.
you know,
the walkout.
It was right there. It would have been legendary. We would have had Mysterious Frank walking you out. It would have been incredible.
I mean, where was he? Where was you, Ariel?
I was told that that it had been declined, that it had been rejected. And so what kind of a friend would I be to my mate if he gets rejected, he doesn't get to go on the walkout, and I'm showing up? I was there. I had everything planned. We had the hotel booked. We were going to stay overnight, everything. And then I'm told, no, not happening. Wow, 10-second walkout. Would have gone down in the history of MMA as one of the greatest walkouts ever. We had it.
Listen, there's going to be plenty more, don't worry.
We had the mask picked out. We had it all, and then slammed right in our face. In retrospect, a bit of a blunder, a rare misstep from you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether people would have understood what was quite going on. They probably would have just been like, the hell?
So what you're trying to say is that our show isn't big enough that everyone wouldn't have known, you know, it's just a small time operation here.
No, not that, but you know, they probably would have wondered what the hell Frank was doing.
You don't think Sean O'Connell would have said, oh, and there's, you know, Mysterious Frank of the MMA Hour fame. She lost in a trivia competition, didn't quite fare as well as we all thought she would. But nevertheless, she's a woman of her word, and she had him walk out in support. Everyone's back. You don't think that would have happened on the broadcast?
I hope not, because I hope nobody saw that part. The interview.
Come on, Dakota. We were all so excited. But nevertheless, the beauty of it all is that you're just getting started. You know, so this is an open invitation. It can be rectified. I just want to let you know.
For sure, it can. Plenty more opportunities, Ariel.
What kind of feedback did you get from the trivia performance?
Oh, mixed reviews. I mean, my older brother Cody, he was like, "You let me down. You really let me down." But half the questions are like things I know. It's just at that moment with that music that you had that was playing in the background and the pressure, it just made me crumble.
But that's the thing with you. You seem to rise to the occasion when the pressure is on. So I thought this would be a cakewalk for you.
I know. Not that time.
It's all right. We're okay. Did they show you support? Did they tweet about you? I know you say you don't look at everything, but did Man City show you love?
They do. They do always show me love. Yeah, they do.
No, but this particular time.
Yeah, I think they have. They follow me on Instagram, so I think they've liked a few of my posts and stuff. Normally, my little brother lets me know because obviously I don't look at it all, but he normally is like, you know, they've liked your post or they've commented and stuff like that. So.
Okay, no, because I was just wondering if after the performance with the trivia, because I've seen they do posts in your honor, so I thought maybe they were trying to distance themselves a little bit, you know.
Well, I didn't do a city celebration this time, so.
Okay. And why is that?
Well, I've run out of city celebrations, and if I'm going to be honest, I'm still hurting a little bit from our loss to United. I'm not going to lie.
Wow, wait, so you're trying to distance yourself from the club?
No, never. It was just that I just wasn't. I wasn't, you know, back to my normal self after that loss yet. So
you weren't feeling it.
Couldn't represent it. No.
This is when you have to show up with pride. This is when you have to wear the kit. This is when you have to really represent them.
I know. I can't even wear my city top anymore because PFL they have us wearing uniform now. So
that's such a mistake. Even on the weigh-ins, you can't wear it.
Yeah, weigh-ins is all uniform now.
That's silly.
Yeah,
we need to rectify that. Certain fighters deserve special treatment. That one went viral because you were wearing it on the scale.
I know. Now nothing's going viral because it's not related to City anymore.
That's right. I actually think the Holland celebration should be your constant. I thought that was a great. You know, you go down with the thing. I think that should be a thing.
I mean, probably would suit me quite well. Yeah, I might have to do that one again then. Maybe we'll see. I'm hoping that Foden's going to give us a new one in this Euro. You know, I'll be able to come out with something new. So.
Yeah. Or the Bellingham. You know, he goes like this and he looks up. You know, like he's him, you're her.
No. I'll wait for Foden, I think.
Fair enough. I saw you spent some time in New York afterwards with your family. Any highlights from that?
I did. It was just a good time, you know. But this tournament keeps me away from the family a lot. You know, it's horrible. Like I spent 2 days with them after the fights, and then it's kind of I go one way in the airport and they go the other, and it's back to another fight camp here on my own in Florida. It's tough, you know. I don't get to go home, so it was nice just to have that 2 days with them and then to get back to work now.
Okay. By the way, is there nothing in that can? It seems very light.
No, there's a little bit in it, but I don't want to like drink it.
Okay. Right. It just seems so light. I wasn't sure.
I drank most of it.
Okay, fair enough. Shout out to Celsius. Very good stuff. I particularly like the Riz free. I think Fizz free, Riz free. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Without the bubbles.
Yeah, fizz free. Yeah,
Fizz-free.
but I prefer the normal ones for sure.
Okay, fair enough. Do you know the date of the semifinal fight?
Yeah, so my next one's August the 2nd. It's in Nashville, so I'm excited to go there. It's like 6 weeks away, I think.
That's a
so
quick
it's not a lot of
turnaround,
time
right?
before. Yeah, it's a quick turnaround. But then I think the final after that is like November, so we'll have a little bit of time between that.
Have they announced where the final will be yet?
I don't know whether they have. I do know where it is, but I don't want to say that.
Okay.
In case they have.
Fair enough. Is it in America? You don't want to say that either. Okay, fair enough. All right.
I don't want to say anything in case they haven't.
Do you like the quick turnaround?
Yeah, do you know what? I really do. Yeah, I'm excited to just get back into camp, especially with the fact that I'm not injured. You know, I had a quick fight and I'm ready to go again now. I'm improving a lot, I think, from, you know, the back-to-back camps and being here in America full time, not going home and then getting out of routine helps me a lot. So I'm definitely enjoying it for sure, yeah.
Any update on the car insurance?
No.
Wow.
I still haven't got a car.
Okay.
Still haven't got one. My car at home, I've insured it. I just kind of stuck with the same price that it gave me, and yeah.
Okay.
Another source of debt.
Okay, fair enough. And by the way, I'm being told that in England, arugula is known as rocket. Do you know what rocket is?
Oh yeah, I know what rocket is. Yeah. Like a salad leaf, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I like rocket. Yeah, you can put that on pizza. I would put that on pizza.
Really? You would?
Yeah, you don't put lettuce on pizza, but you put rocket. You can put rocket.
They call it rocket on pizza. Why would they call it rocket instead of... it says, rocket is a very English leaf and has been used in salads since Elizabethan times. You know about this? Elizabethan?
Well, I don't know that in depth about rocket. I know what rocket is.
I just wonder why they call it rocket and not arugula like everyone else.
I don't know. I've never heard of that name that you're saying. I just know it as rocket.
The good thing about every time you come on the show, I feel like we're continuously educating you on different types of things.
You know what? I agree. I agree. By the time my career is done, I should be like the most educated fighter there is. Well, I'm confident in that.
We're happy to help you out. Well done. Congrats on another great win, and looking forward to the return fight in. Would you say August 2nd? It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a Friday. That should be big. So well done to you, and congrats, and good luck in this next training camp.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon. There she is, Dakota Ditcheva, joining us. And I'm learning things and she's learning things. Rocket. Did you guys know that? Did you know that, Frank?
I didn't know that. Is it spelled just like rocket?
How did GC...
Or is it like...
GC was the one that told me about this. How did you even figure that out?
When we went to Manchester, I kept seeing rocket on the menu, and I was like, "What does this mean? What is this?" So yeah, through Google, I found it out. Wow. Hilarious that you kept saying arugula, and she was like, "I don't know what that word means. I have never heard that word in my life."
So weird.
Alfalfa.
I would just love to know why it's like where. Is the rest of the world calling it rocket, or do you think it's just an English thing?
Is it like Herbie Hancock rocket, or rocket like the stuff that you launch to space?
Yeah.
Right. No, rocket, ROCET. Yeah, it was on every menu that I saw when we were over there, and it threw me off heavy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Rocket.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Did you say ROECT?
ROCK.
Did I spell it wrong?
I love it.
Shit. Yeah, ROCK.
Where do you fall in the debate?
Oh, he was actively taking it off the pizza.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I'm cool with it. I like the idea of it, and then I start eating it, and I'm just like, there's just a little bit too much of it. It's like they take the entire packet of arugula, rocket, whatever you want to call it, and just dump it on the entire pizza. It's just like I could use just like a little bit less, just like a little bit less on there. Like I can bear it, but sometimes it's just too much.
Frank, are you a consistent arugula on pizza guy, or?
So what I do consistently that might be annoying to some people is if I go to a restaurant, I'm not sure what to order. I'll ask the waiter or waitress, like, what would you order right now if you were in my position? And one time, this guy was like, I get arugula on my pizza. You should try it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And ever since then, if it's offered at a place, I'll do it. But I subbed. Do you remember? Like, I added the arugula to this. It wasn't even a menu item.
Well, no, didn't you do the arugula for Helwani specifically?
Yeah, no, that is accurate.
Instead of
the pork.
That is accurate. That is accurate. And by the way,
you're actually doing him a massive
Spits
favor.
in my face.
No, but for the record, I'm not disparaging the move. I'm just not a guy who likes legumes.
I just remember you saying, "This is such a good pizza."
It was a good pizza.
Good job, Frank. And then days later,
no joke.
By the way, the arugula was bullshit. And I'm like, whoa.
Listen,
now I feel.
I'm just trying to take the temperature. What about Rick? Arugula on pizza or no?
Could do with it. Not a huge fan.
Yeah, I'm not.
Don't
go
hate
it,
but not something I'd order myself.
Also, I don't think arugula is a legume.
What do you mean? It's a lettuce.
Yeah, but a legume is like a peanut.
Yeah, legume is like a bean,
No,
like kidney beans, black beans.
No, I'm talking about like the word vegetable in French is légume.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You guys
we have a whole category of foods called legumes.
In English?
No, in French.
Legume. Leguminous plant, member of the pea family, especially when grown as a crop. Seed pod, other along what? No. I mean like legume.
Okay, listen to what you
French
mean,
now,
not
too.
what you say.
Yeah. I mean, it's a French word.
A lot of lost in translation here. I'm not gonna lie, man. Rocket,
arugula. I had never heard
legume.
of that. I had never heard of that. In any event, PFL is actually back this week, my friends. They are back before the return to, actually not the return, the first UFC event in Saudi Arabia. So the PFL event is on Friday. UFC event is on Saturday, Friday, June 21st, and they're in Salt Lake City. Clay Collard against Mads Burnell. They're competing in a lightweight bout, and 2023 PFL light heavyweight champion Impa Kasangane going toe-to-toe with Jacob Neto, the 2023 PFL Europe champion. Friday, June 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Tickets still available. That's Salt Lake City. So always a question how the high elevation will affect the fighters. That's this Friday. What about the busy action this past Saturday? Rick, what was your fight of the day? What was your favorite fight, your favorite moment of this very busy Saturday we just had?
Probably Tank's finish on Frank Martin. I think that was probably the highlight, right? That's a safe answer.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I'm going over. Yeah, that was the one. I
mean, Armfield and Heastand was a sick fight in the UFC, but just didn't have the stakes of something like Tank and Frank. So yeah, Tank's finish over.
How did you feel about the Tatsuro Taira finish ending?
Great finish. Look, Taira is trying to use his body weight to maneuver Perez. Whether, I think people are getting maybe too bogged down in the specifics of, was he trying to injure his leg specifically? The reality is he was trying to use his body weight to shift Perez. And in the course of trying to do that, Perez was forced into an injury position, right? He could not sustain the weight. And so, therefore, I have no, Taira won that fight. That is how that is. That was not some, freak accident. Taira was trying to make him shift his body weight. He had nowhere to go, and unfortunately, he was injured. But this idea that it was sheer luck on his part, no. Taira was trying to make him shift his weight very clearly, and did. And unfortunately, it led to an injury by Perez. But he had options there to prevent that. And so, no issues. Taira's awesome. I will say, I saw some areas where I think people can give him problems. He's very raw. He has a lot of skills in, especially, as when it comes to the grappling, the dude looks like an absolute wizard. Has good striking, but in terms of putting it all together, still looks raw. And so I think there's opportunities for him to grow and for people to take advantage of that as he's doing it. So I'm excited for what the next step looks like.
Who would you book him against? I saw people say Title shot, Albazi.
I mean, I would like to see him get one more before a title shot, but at like this Pantoja is going through contenders too quickly. He will need somebody at some point. I would not be surprised if his next fight is for the title. I would like to see him fight. I believe Mike Heck on the post show mentioned like a Brandon Royval. I love that type of fight.
Don't hate that. Yeah. By the way, our friend from On the Nose, AMW Planner, reached out and offered up her services to be a translator for a Tatsuro Taira interview on the program. Unfortunately, he's in the air right now, going back home to Okinawa. And there is some talk of potentially joining us on Wednesday. However, they are 13 hours ahead of us. And so let's say he's on at like 1:30 Eastern time. It would be 2:30 a.m., which seems awful. However, they say there's a chance. And I'm thinking about enlisting her services. Is that a crazy move? Or, I mean, we don't know who this person is.
I think we need a little level of vetting that happens before then, but I don't hate it.
I say we let the good times roll. Laissez les bons temps rouler.
Let that be a lesson for everybody out there. If you want to be a all you literally have to do is an interpreter. Say something. Yep.
Well, there's a little vetting. We do a little bit of vetting. She has a planner business. It seems very legit. So
you gotta trust your gut.
Seems good enough for me.
You do it.
Yeah,
love it. Let's do it.
Tyra comes on. He's like, "What is going on here?" So we'll see.
It would be a hell of a move if she didn't even speak Japanese at all and was just sitting in the chair and we can't tell.
Just making shit up.
And Tyra's just like, huh?
Well, he may not know either if he didn't know English. Yes, go ahead.
Somebody showed up somewhere at a conference and was signing for everybody. And turns out
and no one knew
that she didn't know any sign language. No one knew who she was. They just all assumed that she looked the part, that she was supposed to be there.
Wow.
Let's be the next to do that. I love it. Let's do it.
Your thoughts, Rick, on the Chael Sonnen Anderson Silva fight?
Hope they got rewarded handsomely. Seemed more like a marketing activation for a beer company. Got a lot of attention throughout the week. So if that was the goal, like if they were just trying to, pump it up and draw the attention to that, great. Like obviously not a fight. Obviously what we witnessed or what was presented was not a fight. I am separating the Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen first two MMA fights from this. This does not feel in concert with that, in league with that, and will not be grouped together for me. This was not the third fight between the two. But
do you feel like they should have been a little more honest about what it was?
If they were, would you have tuned in? If they said it was an exhibition and they're not going to really... If they said, come watch us... If they said, come watch us spar...
That wasn't even a spar.
Yeah, I mean...
That was a dance. That was like a spar is like, there are people who like... The footage that Tank Davis... the footage that Floyd Mayweather posted of Tank Davis and Devin Haney from a few years back, that was sparring. That's sparring. This was a dance. This was like... Would
you have tuned in or tried to tune in if they told you that that's what was going to happen?
Can I tell you something? I actually fell asleep. I was so tired. My son had a soccer tournament on Saturday. We were in the sun. I fell asleep at for 30 minutes. I fell asleep between, I don't know, 10 and 10:30. I woke up in a panic thinking that I had missed it. I love Chael. I love Anderson. I woke up and I called it Chael Anderson 3. I would not disrespect 1 and 2.
As did we all.
Yeah, I would not disrespect 1 and 2. So I actually woke up in a panic that I'd missed it. And then I'm sitting there and it's like 11:40 and it was fun, like the walkouts, the pomp and circumstance. And then I'm like, come on.
I legitimately watched the first 30 seconds and said, oh, I don't have to watch the rest of this. Let me go focus on Tank and Frank.
Yeah. At the same time. And I actually was wondering, I was like, what do I watch?
Oh boy.
And then it was
that decision became very easy at a certain point.
Yeah. Tough.
But I don't begrudge. I'm fine with it. It was what it was. I just think, expectation management. At the same time, I don't know, it was for Brazil. It was a very small crowd. I don't think they went out of their way to try and con anybody. I just don't think it was properly conveyed.
Yeah. Cool setting. You know what I mean?
It looked awesome.
Yeah.
And Guillermo Cruz was sending shout out to him who killed it all week and was on the ground there. was sending video and photos of the event, it looked like a hell of a gala. Like it looked very classy and very like a ticket you'd want to have. So yeah, hope everybody got what they wanted out of it.
It's a very nice thing to say. Very
diplomatic.
Yes, very, 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 very well put. Yeah, so it was a nice weekend. There was a lot. We could put 303 behind us in terms of all the drama and hope for the best. And it seems as of right now, quite up in the air. And I don't necessarily think that it being up in the air is due to the severity of the injury. I think it's just a timing thing. And, you know, as we know, sometimes we want the UFC to say, book it right now, make it happen right now. And, you know, they have a schedule, they have a plan, and you have to fall in line there for better or worse. And so let's see how it all plays out. Now, let's see how the Parlay Pals did. Before we get to all of that, a quick word from our good friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook. We're this close to crowning an NBA champion with the action heating up on the court. It's even hotter at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA champ. Currently, Celtics up 3-1. They got whooped in Game 4, but I kind of feel like they were just saving it for Boston. I feel like this is done. I feel like they're winning in 5. I would be shocked if the Mavericks make a series out of this. And quite frankly, I would be happy for KP. I'd be happy for Jeff Van Gundy. There's likable guys on their team. I don't like the team, but there's some characters there that I would be happy for. In particular, Van Gundy, who's sort of a consultant for them, and my guy KP. So with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boost, and so much more, don't miss out as the NBA postseason winds down. If you're new to DraftKings, you got to check this out. New customers bet $5 to get 115 bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code VMAR. That's code VMAR for new customers to get 115 bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit www.100gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPEN-WIRE. Text HOPEN-WIRE to 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Blue Hill Casino Resorts in Kansas. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/bball for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Yeah. So how did the Pals do, guys? How did the Pals do?
Oh, how did the Pals do? I mean, we got the graphic right here, ready for the world to see. Juliana Pena putting the nuts on the table, plus 154. Brady Highstand comes through. The rest of us do our jobs. And what do you know? Back in the green.
Killing it.
Back in the green.
How many weeks in a row is this?
Well, we lost last week. But 5 out of the last 6, 4 out of the last 6 at the very least. But I mean, to all the non-believers, to all the haters, when we were down so bad, we couldn't win.
Yeah.
Going into almost April of this year. And I mean, people were just saying, thank you guys for putting out this parlay so I know exactly who not to take. You guys are the worst. Quit now. DraftKings plants. I mean, look at us.
People were saying this.
Oh yeah. The Parlay Pals were down bad. We were the most hated group on the entire internet.
Not anymore, right?
Yeah. I mean, it feels good.
Now it's Caitlin Clark.
I was hoping for a little more of a celebration, a little more jovial. You know, maybe something from
who, for me?
Old Rick and old Frank.
Oh yeah,
it's just business as usual.
You know.
Yeah, you guys are ready to jump down my throat last week, so I don't.
Yeah.
Know how I feel.
Now you're blaming us for the sore throat.
Listen, I mean, the strep. I forgot that you didn't show up because you missed your pick.
First miss of 2024. I haven't missed once, and then as soon as I do,
hey, when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Rick gets.
As soon as you do, you just happen to get strep throat. Everyone gets strep throat in June these days.
Question the validity of my illness.
Oh,
what was it Ariel said? 12 years he's known you, never been sick.
It's legit.
I'm lying in bed, dying, fever,
12 years.
Oh, this is, by the way.
I don't even personally believe in getting sick. It's never happened.
No, legit, right? Is this the first time you've ever?
It's the first time I've been knocked down this bad. That's for sure.
Can I be frank with you? It is my name. I reserve that right. You don't seem like you were sick. Like your recovery.
Oh, by the way,
wow.
No, I'm talking like.
Did you not hear Paulo
Maybe you're
Costa
like
just
Weapon
talking
X,
about this?
Logan up in here. You just,
Paulo Costa was just talking about this. Do not be playing with the sick gods. They will get you if you call someone else out.
Oh God.
It's coming for you, Frank.
Wow.
You know what?
Wow,
I might have
wow.
saved a vial of that strep, and I might just unleash it.
Wow.
That is chemical warfare, friend.
No, I love that. I love that. Actually, speaking of that, Khamzat Chimaev, some people are saying he's out due to food poisoning, and a lot of people are kind of ripping on him for that. I stand with Khamzat as a food poisoning survivor from last year, death's doorstep. I get why he pulled out. I completely understand it.
And by the way, who's the source here on the food poisoning? Like,
I have no idea.
Some meme page, I'm sure.
Well, like,
an anonymous meme aggregating page is probably the one that came up with it.
I don't feel comfortable running with that. But and to your point, food poisoning could be horrible. You know, it was another thing.
I'm not talking tummy ache. I'm talking real deal.
Oh yeah,
food poisoning.
Out of both exits.
Out of everywhere.
The other thing that drove me that I thought was comical about the Bisping thing is when he was calling me a speculator, and then on the very next show, he's speculating about Conor's injury and saying that he heard from Big John McCarthy that it's the shin and all that stuff. It's like, talk about the pot calling the kettle. You know what I mean?
I thought the shin bone was titanium.
Yeah. And also, like, since when is Big John the authority on Conor McGregor's injury? Like, why is he the guy? I have it on good authority from Big John that it's the shin and it will never be the same. By the way,
you hear a thing from a guy who heard a thing, and then all of a sudden.
So it's okay for them to speculate, and us not to speculate. Because we didn't speculate. We did not actually speculate, which was proven to be true. Anyway, I digress. Please. How did you do, GC?
Oh, yes. My picks. We go 1-1. Really enjoyed that performance from Carla Judice. I actually thought she won. I thought she won rounds 1 and 3. Unfortunately, didn't get the nod from the judges' scorecards. Then Tatsuro Taira, some people want to question, how he got the win with the injury. I do have to say a nice side note. Me and Frank pre-show were talking about this, and Frank was like, yeah, everyone keeps saying that like Perez got injured, but actually Tatsuro Taira injured him. He locked his leg behind the leg and he hurt his knee because of it. He did that on purpose. And then I was like, no, he had the leg locked behind the other leg. And then Frank went back and watched it. It was a good moment.
I mean, maybe it's some acupuncture type thing. You hit this knee, the other one blows.
Wow.
I have faith.
Frank was like, I want to talk about this on the show. I thought he was gonna have more than that. But we go 1-1 on the singles. Lose the Ikram piece of this parlay because obviously he's now on UFC Saudi Arabia. So I just replaced him with Gervonta. Still had to ride with the lesser one, but they both hit. And it's another winning week. Feels good.
Yeah. A
few weeks in a row, still chipping away at that 2024. Got a lot of time. I was in a way worse spot this time last year and finished up a lot of units. But this going light strategy has been good. Probably will do the same this week. And onward and upwards. Hopefully the Parlay Pals and myself can continue winning at UFC Saudi Arabia. And I just skipped out on the big hitters this week. I didn't think UFC Apex 93 was worthy of the big hitter weekend.
So happy that you said that because some discrepancy, as far as I'm concerned, like the most respected and reliable curator of all things UFC factoid is our good friend Jedi Goodman, and he was referring to this as UFC Apex 100 because of the 7 pay-per-views that happened at the Apex. Are you not acknowledging?
No, I do not acknowledge that.
Oh,
those are UFC Apex pay-per-view events. The quality of the cards were much higher. They were forced to do those there because of the pandemic.
Fair.
That's why they were in the Apex. I am talking about like UFC Vegas XYZ is what they call it formally. We are not at 100 of those yet. I'm not counting Usman Masvidal 2 as one of the Apex events.
Okay, Usman Masvidal did not happen at the Apex.
Oh, shit.
But it was
Usman Masvidal 1 happened at the Apex, and
Incorrect.
Usman Burns happened at the Apex.
Both wrong.
None of these happened at the Apex. Damn it.
Usman.
Has Usman ever fought at the Apex? I forgot about
Fight Island.
No, that was Fight Island.
No, Usman Masvidal 1 was Fight Island and 2 was in Jacksonville.
Yes. Yeah. Where was Burns? Burns was Apex. I know that was Apex.
Usman Burns? Was it at the Apex? I
know Usman has fought at the Apex. Come on.
Well, Colby Woodley was at the Apex.
I'm pulling it up right now. Usman Burns, UFC Apex. Let's go.
There it is.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
That was early on. Yeah.
Almost got exposed as a casual there.
No,
we would never. I was sweating. No, I actually have a confession. I do have a confession. I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm not going to hide from anyone. Went to bed before the UFC card was over on Saturday and just caught up on Sunday. First time doing that since starting on the show.
Okay, so let me ask you, was this a cognizant move on your part? Okay, you were just like, F
went
this.
to bed, lights out, TV off.
Wow, you're just like, F
Straight
this
out.
shit. I'm out of here.
I said I'll catch up in the morning.
Miss Tank.
Caught up in the morning.
Miss Chill.
Miss Tank. Thankfully, Miss Chill, yeah.
Oilers and Panthers.
Missed it all.
Missed Oilers and Panthers.
Missed Oilers and Panthers. Yep.
I think this is a monumental moment because
It
there
is.
was once a moment Rick and I got into a heated debate on the show where I said, we're talking like 2015, where I said, if you are in MMA media, you have to watch every single fight. Remember this, Rick? The prelim debate? And I feel like it's a slippery slope because you've been in it now, like in the trenches, 3 years, the betting, all that stuff. Once you make that decision to skip, it's a slippery slope. Then the next one, you're like, you know what? UFC Apex 94, I'm out.
Maybe for UFC Apex 94.
And you realize that staying up till 1
UFC Saudi
a.m.
Arabia, I will be seated. I will be there the entirety of the card.
But
no
that's a
doubt about
daytime
it.
card.
Pay-per-views as well, obviously, and normal fight nights. I'll be there as well. Apex cards of this quality.
You're making
I
a
have things
decision
to do the next morning. Yeah, and I have one bet on the main card. Yeah, I'll just make a decision.
Wow.
I'll just make a decision. Yeah.
Slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope. Then you're gonna start to skip this. You're gonna start to skip that. You're gonna start.
Then I'm gonna be skipping UFC 310. I don't even need to watch it.
Yeah, you're just at that point. You're like, is this? Then you're gonna start getting into is this watch party worthy? You know, then you're gonna get into that discussion. Like,
Y'all are crazy.
Like
Just
Brazil.
go back and look at that card. Go back and look at that card from Saturday. I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss anything.
I was locked in.
Tank, I got to see the highlight.
I will just say it blows me away. Like, so obviously on I tried to keep track of everything. So I'm like bouncing in from, the card at Crystal Palace, then to the Scotland WWE event, which was on fire, and then you're at MGM Grand for Tank, and then the Puerto Rico crowd for Matias Paro was great, and then you stop on the Apex, and it's just like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like insanely hot crowd after insanely hot crowd, and it's just, it's just like a fart. It's just like a nothing. It's a thud.
Oh yes.
It's painful. It's painful. But who knows? Who knows if it's ever going to change? And again, and the previous week we saw it at NXT at the Apex, and that was great for what it was. It was hype, the entrance, the ramp, the crowd, all that stuff. But
why can they not just sell tickets and make them cheaper? Like, it's only VIP packages for the Apex,
and they're expensive, right?
Yeah, like $1,500 expensive.
What about Floyd posting about this on his Instagram?
I love Petty Floyd. I'm here for Petty Floyd. Give me more Petty Floyd. I'm a big fan of that, because once upon a time it was 50 Cent doing it to him. I like Petty Floyd. I'm a big fan of that playbook of promoting the UFC Apex card when Gervonta's fighting, releasing the sparring footage where previously it was used against Devin Haney. Now it is used against Tank when released in full. Give me more Petty Floyd. I'm a fan.
And the word is now that he has parted ways with Leonard Ellerbe, and he's joining forces with Richard Schaefer. So that's a really interesting move. Ellerbe and Floyd have been together forever. So big things on that front, and big things regarding UFC 305, because it does appear as though Dana White has officially confirmed this.
Yes.
Somewhere. Where did he do this?
The Jim Rome show.
Oh, look at this. I love this. Apparently, he already announced his own fight. He's fighting in Perth. Duplessis August 17th in Perth. Now it's official. He didn't tell us. I saw that he had announced it. There it is. It's true. You know he can't be happy about that. I love when the fighters announce their own fights. Obviously, you would think that it was in concert, but it's a G move from Izzy announcing his own fight. And what a fight it is. I mean, this is a heated rivalry. It's Duplessis' first title defense. It's in Australia. I don't know who the favorite will be in terms of the crowd. I don't know who like the cheering favorite will be. You know what I mean? Who will the actual betting favorite be? Is there a line on this just yet?
Yeah, I can already tell you the favorite is Israel Adesanya -162. Duplessis coming back +136 on DraftKings.
You have to imagine he'll be the cheering favorite as well, the fan favorite.
Who is he?
Yeah.
No. First of all, he fought Sean Strickland and he wasn't being cheered.
Yeah, but Sean Strickland's a different animal.
A, B, South Africa is close, and C, apparently there's a ton of South Africans living there. This is what the person told me on the show. He was educating me.
All right, we'll find out. I mean, I would assume that it's Izzy, but see. Yeah, we'll find out.
Man,
maybe it'll be split. Maybe it'll be split.
Can't wait.
What a
which
fight.
is even better.
What a freaking fight. And it's the fight to make. I know there are some people being like, oh, you know, like who? Okay, so tell me who.
Stop.
Who?
Stop.
Tell me who. Like to the people saying that he doesn't deserve this. Tell me who. Who instead? Khamzat? Come on. First of all,
I feel like the one people are claiming the most is Sean Strickland, just because of how close it was with DDP.
Why can't he get the next one?
Paulo.
This is the fight to make, and it's been the fight to make for a year now. What, are you crazy?
It's 1,000%.
This is the fight.
It's 1,000% the fight to make.
I'm not the one saying it's not.
No. But
I
see people just saying like, yo, I can't believe he's getting another shot. Are you crazy?
You can't believe the long reigning former middleweight champion is getting a shot
in Perth, of all places. It's like right there.
Well, he has so much heat with DDP. Like, let's not act like none of that stuff happened last year.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was intense.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. Is every single pay-per-view main event for the rest of the year, knock on wood, as long as they hold up, going to just be a banger?
Hopefully, yeah.
Like the next three are great. Then they have the Sphere. Then they have Abu Dhabi.
MSG Connor somewhere in there.
In December.
Yeah.
Maybe add Connor in there. I mean, we're talking about some fantastic fights for the rest of the year.
Hopefully no more, late pullouts. Where would you rank right now? We had a debate about this, like who's the most popular fighter in the UFC.
We had a debate about this?
Yes, we did.
What's the debate? Conor McGregor and then everybody else?
No. I just mean like you remember we were talking about, I think we had put Conor aside and just talked about.
We did.
Yeah, okay. And I don't remember. I know you said Jones and
yep.
Yeah, Rick
Jones.
Was adamant about John Jones.
Still number 2. Not even close.
Honestly, come on, Alex Pereira?
Nope. If they announced John Jones, the internet would have completely melted. It's not even in the same hemisphere. It's just not on the same planet. Different universe.
The amount of eyes that John Jones gets onto a fight, like it is big time business when John Jones is fighting.
Is Pereira getting close? Oh, that's all I want to know. Is Pereira getting close?
Nope.
Beyond John Jones and Conor McGregor, Pereira is ascending quickly as one of the biggest stars in the UFC.
White hot baby face.
100%. He's not in the league with those
He might be the biggest baby face in the entire UFC.
Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
I think it is.
Because John Jones ain't no baby face.
No. Neither is Conor. Conor and John are not baby faces.
Just like unanimously loved, Alex Pereira has to be number 1.
Volk, Pereira, guys like that are definitely up there. I would say that's
Charles
fair.
And Volk might be like the top 3 baby faces.
Charles is a really good one.
Yeah, I think Pereira is number 1.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. The gap between Pereira and then Jones and then Conor above that is massive still, in my opinion.
Okay, here's another question. If Pereira wins, I'm just throwing it out there. Is he number 1 pound for pound? Or is it still Islam?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
2 division champion. This is what Dana White said, right? This is what Dana White said. 2 divisions. That's why he's giving it to Jones. Now you have a guy who's actively fighting and he's winning and he's defending in both divisions.
If you'll recall, I gave Alex Pereira my last year fighter of the year, even though he lost to Israel Adesanya because of the feat that he accomplished. I mean, you don't have to push me too hard to believe it. Alex Pereira is doing some things that are very special.
He's currently number 4 right now.
Is this UFC rankings?
Yeah.
I think it's a combo.
Islam, Jones, Leon, him?
Yep. Topuria 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's a combo.
It's unbelievable what he's doing. And it's you know what's crazy? He's taking a short notice fight, and it's not like, oh, short notice and you're moving up like Alex did. Or it's not like, hey, short notice and it's a non-title fight at heavyweight. It's short notice and he's putting his belt on the line. He's risking so much. And he was in Australia. He wasn't at home. It wasn't like when he got that call last week, he could go to the gym by his house or be with Glover or go to, familiar. He has to fly all the way back home. And Lord knows what he's doing. I know he's training in Australia and he's taking it seriously, but it's not the same. And then you got Yuri freaking Killer just out there.
He's doing this all against a guy he already beat as well.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Recently. It's not like this is forever ago. Recently. The Alex Pereira story could have been the guy who they brought in to be Israel Adesanya's rival and like further Israel Adesanya's reign and career. And it turned into the Alex Pereira story, which is nuts. Like, he is fast-tracking a UFC Hall of Fame career. He's speed-running really it to a ridiculous degree. They lucked into just one of the, like, biggest stars that they've got, to the point that you're trying to make earlier. Lucked into one of the... Not lucked into, that's not fair, but they have gotten very lucky with how fortunate they've been that Alex Pereira is who Alex Pereira is and is willing to do exactly what you said and step into his title defense on short notice while injured and just be like, yeah, let's do it. He's special. He's special and should hold a special place in fans' heart.
It's unbelievable. And he's 36, turning 37 on July 7th. Less than 10 fights. So he's making the most of his time.
That's a key. He is you have a short window in this sport. He came into the UFC at an advanced age. He is maximizing the money-making opportunities that are in front of him. Every single Alex Pereira fight has felt massive, and he continues to maximize his earning potential while taking gambles and while taking risks, which I think is the important part. They don't seem that way because he seems to be always winning. But this is a huge risk. This is a huge risk that he's taking against a guy in Yuri Prochazka who's a former champion and a very dangerous fighter. He's just taking the risk, and it has rewarded him greatly, I'm sure, both financially and in terms of his star power. So, special dude. Just a special guy that deserves a lot of credit.
And here's the amazing part. If he does lose, then we're almost guaranteed to get a trilogy out of it as well.
Yep.
Another big payday for him. Yeah. Another shot at the belt. Like, it feels like the guy is just set up to where, like, he just stays winning. And it just is mind-blowing talking about his resume just 9 fights in. And one thing that I was noticing, just looking back on it, he has been on a pay-per-view in all but one of his fights. And I want to say like 7 of his 9 fights will have been on the main card. Like, he's always been in the spotlight his entire UFC career. And he's stepped up every time. It's just insane.
I'm assuming there's a lineup for this, right?
Oh, I haven't even looked. There's no way I'm betting on it. I mean, this is just one that I'm just sitting back watching. Alex Pereira minus 160, Yuri Prochazka plus 140.
That's fascinating. I thought that would have been a little bit wider. Okay. Interesting.
You thought Pereira would be a bigger
Yeah,
favorite?
but maybe the injury's playing the factor here, right? Everybody, it's kind of like the worst kept secret that like his feet were messed up. So, maybe that's the factor here, but
damn, Carlos Ulberg minus 500 for our boy Anthony Smith.
Yeah, that's.
And what about Ortega Lopez?
Diego Lopez minus 135. Third ranked Brian Ortega plus 114.
Wow. By the way, those 4 fights right there, plus Ian Gary versus MVP, which is completely flying under the radar.
Oh, yeah.
I think one smart thing that Ian Gary has done, he's kind of stayed out of the limelight for this one. MVP's trying to poke the bear. I mean, I know I've asked them to come on, and they're just kind of laying low. In fact, I was told that he was on like some secluded golf like retreat in Brazil, didn't have his phone as of, I think it was Saturday. I was told that he had no idea that Conor was off the card.
Wow.
Like he had no connection to the
surprise. Surprise. You check your phone.
Dream has just shattered.
Yeah.
I have to say, shout out to MVP. The Gary from SpongeBob memes about Ian Gary that he keeps posting are just fantastic. They're so good.
Brian Ortega has been a dog a lot, and especially in a lot of these fights that he's not supposed to win. So that's a weird one for me, but God bless. If you're backing Brian Ortega, another opportunity just to make some cash on that.
And by the way, I'm being informed by our good friend Shaheen Al-Shadi that the only correct rankings are the MMA fighting rankings. And currently, they have Alex Pereira as number 2, pound for pound.
Oh, okay. All right.
Islam, Alex, Leon, Pantoja, Topuria, Jones
Wow, Jones.
This is bait. This is bait. I have nothing to say. This is bait.
That's bait.
Yeah.
This is bait.
I'm nowhere near as much of a John Jones stands as Rick, and I disagree with that.
Topuria. Wow.
I got
Topuria
nothing
and
to say.
Pantoja.
Nothing.
Wow.
Those are my guys, though.
Can
I really
someone
love.
tell Dana White about that? I would love Dana White's reaction to these rankings. I would pay good money for his reaction to those. I mean, it's all
Dana. We're told these are the only rankings that matter, and then you
Yes.
just lay it down in front of him at the post-fight press conference this weekend.
I think that would be fantastic.
Pound for pound is silly.
I'd pay for that for like a pay-per-view price to see that.
Listen, it's silly, but it's a fun debate. It's a fun conversation. Again, barbershop talk, friends
I hate it.
talk.
Nobody's talking
I was
about
gonna
the same
say,
thing.
is it fun?
Hate it.
Is it fun? It
I
gets
think
people
it's
angry.
fun.
Hate
Gets
it.
people
Worst.
riled up.
No, listen. People get riled up when you try to report on things in this sport. That's when they get riled up.
Yeah.
Can I just say one other thing about all that? I love when people comment on this and say, Michael Bisping could kick his ass, or he would never say this to someone, like when he talks like this. First of all, you clearly don't know me, because I have and I would, and I don't think that there's anything disrespectful being said. But do you think for a second I think that I could beat Michael Bisping? Like, why does it always have to come down to Michael Bisping or any Mr. X can beat up Mr. Y? They don't go around punching people, these fighters.
It's the fight sport, and they're trying to ground it in that.
At what point did I make you think otherwise? Did I make you think that I thought otherwise? I never would think that. I wouldn't dare to think of that. I have too much respect and admiration for who he is as a fighter. I always shower him with praise. But when it comes to this shit, he's completely off base. And we're not having a debate about fighting. We're having a debate about my world. He's trying to call into question in a journalism debate, yes. in a reporting standoff, absolutely. I'd run circles around him. But in fighting or anything athletic, absolutely not. I have no interest in partaking. I wouldn't dare partaking, and I wouldn't dare even think that I can hang. But I don't understand why it always comes down to that. You know, why is it always he would get his head smashed in? Yeah, of course. And that's not what we're debating here. We're debating the role of journalists in sports, in MMA, in combat sports, in the world. And what I guess we're debating is the lack of understanding of what our job is. At no point throughout all of this did I just make shit up, throw things out there. It was always coming from a place of knowledge because of the people I spoke to, and it ended up being right. And so that's why I feel like, a little mea culpa would be nice, but not expected or needed or wanted. Sorry.
By the way, that reminds me of one of the funniest thing that's ever happened in this sport. Do you remember that Twitter thread with Paul Felder? The guy says, like, stay retired, like, you're better at commentary. And he's like, say it to my face. And he's like, no, like, you'd kick my ass. That's why I said it on Twitter. Yeah. What a moment. But yeah, I mean, not everything comes down to a fight. Everybody, calm down.
But hey, when my son says something to my daughter and like insults her or whatever, and I'm like, why did you say that to your sister? And he's like, I was just joking. That's what you do when you're, trying to save your ass. You say, oh, I was just joking. Ah, come on. We're just having a banter. We're having a laugh. I keep screwing that up. It's taking the piss, banter.
Having a laugh.
What's the banter one? The bands?
Having banter, yeah.
There's just so many different. I mean, there's rockets, there's arugula, there's all kinds of things. You get the point. The going hard on someone and then that person responding and then doing.
Why are you taking it so seriously? Bro?
Yeah, why are you taking it so seriously? Calling someone's credibility into question and the way they do their job and everything they've built, and then they respond in a 2-minute thing on the podcast that gets clipped off, and you say, why are you taking it so seriously? Is just the weakest. Anyway, we've said enough about that. Is there anything else? Just a bit of banter. That's it. That's the one. It's having a laugh, just a bit of banter, taking the piss. Those are the three. And he wasn't doing any of them. He was being very serious. He was taking it very personally, and it was very vitriolic, and it was almost like someone was speaking, behind him, and he was just parroting the words. Is there anything else that we need to discuss, or is that it? Have we talked about it all? Have we done it all?
Is the shirt blue or green? Have we figured it out?
My shirt.
Yeah.
You think this is green?
I can't. I'm looking at a monitor.
It's very clearly blue.
I thought it was blue. But
okay, that actually wraps it up then.
PFL back this Friday. No, that's fine. You can do that. PFL back this Friday, June 21st. Clay Collard, Mads Burnell, Impa Kasangane, Jacob Neto. Friday, June 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Plus. UFC in Saudi Arabia. But we got a show on Wednesday, so have no fear. And a potentially fun little segment lined up for all of you that I can't tell you about just yet. It's off the record for now, but I will get to it. I will get to it on Wednesday. Hopefully, we will have it on the show for all of you. I hope. It's looking good, but I don't want to jinx it. Sometimes I say what the thing is, and then all of a sudden, it doesn't come to fruition, and I just get very sad. Also this weekend, by the way, on June 22nd, it's Bellator back in Dublin. The debut of Big News Hughes. Paul Hughes against Bobby King. Also Jason Jackson defending his title. Sinead Kavanagh on the card as well. Back at the 3 Arena, Bellator Champion Series, Dublin. That's Saturday afternoon, June 22nd, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern here in America on Max. So another busy one. What else is there? LFA. Those are the main 4. So Ikram Aliskerov going up against Robert Whittaker in Saudi Arabia. Shout out to Bobby Nux, right? Taking this fight. Tapology has it listed as 5 5-minute rounds, and they would never steer us wrong. So shout out to both men. 15-1 against 25-7. Shout out to all our guests today. Rampage was fantastic. Mikey Musumeci was great as well. So great. Paulo Costa and, of course, Dakota Ditcheva. Thank you very much to them, to you. Back on Wednesday, same time.